ETM Hotel, Brittany Sean. Welcome in peace. My name is Sean. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into the Kofi Pie Side Research Team. Um, I want to break down a video that was actually aired today. It's only about 8-minute video. Haven't watched it. You're gonna get a live reaction from me, and then we're gonna get into a little bit more of a discussion. The reason for this build today is because it seems to be that I'm the topic of discussion, rightfully so or wrongfully so, however it may go. You know what I mean? People seem to take issue with me, and we're going to take a look at why they take issue with me and what's going on in the real world regarding things. Now, I ended 2020 telling everybody that I'm gonna have more people hating me than I did previously. So I'm going to do my job. Now, I don't expect a lot of people tuning in. Like the people who would tune in are going to tell you why they're not going to tune in. And I respect that because I ain't going to tune in to you. However, my name is in the video and Kofi's name is in the video. And I want to see and he want to see. Let's see what the noise is about. Let's see what the comments about. Let's see what's going on. So let me go ahead and play the copyright disclaimer so someone can't, you know what I mean, try to hit the video up. It's got our names in it. So we're gonna deal with it how we want to deal with it. Now, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Please like the show, share the show, tell a friend, tell a friend. Oh, I'm cooking today. I'm turning up. Before I turn up though, you know what I mean? As you can see, it's your boy. It ain't Sean. It ain't any of Red. It ain't, you know what I mean, Science with Sean. It ain't Mossy. It ain't none of that. It's Spicy P in the place to be, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on 500 degrees. You know what I mean? I'm a level up from Juvenile. I'm 500 degrees like Lil Wayne on fire. I'm hot. So before I go on broil, Brother Chavis, do you have anything that you want to add to the initiative?
Oh no, I'm just I'm just about to back up just in case, what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like to
that's
share
what's
the
up.
show.
That's what's up. All right. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna get a live reaction from me. We're gonna break down the video and we're gonna deal with it piece by piece. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Now I'm gonna end up playing this video more than one time. I know people are slowly probably gonna come in, want to see what we talking about, see who's saying what, and if it's relevant or prevalent to them, and then it'll go from there. But it's gonna be some teaching moments inside of this as well. So don't think that you're just going to get some bull junk out of this thing. It's going to be more than just that. I'm not the best entertainer. I'm more of an informative. We go further with education than ignorance. So, somebody hit me up today. Send me this video. Now, I've been. You see this picture right here where this gentleman is. He's in his bathroom. Okay. Now I've been to this house. All right. I've been to this bed. This. I'm not gonna duplex. That's the proper word. I've been to his where he stays. Okay. I've been to his house. All right. When I flew out to LA, my first stop was to his house. All right. Met him, dapped him up, the whole nine. Actually been to his house several times. Sat in there for like a couple of hours one time. You know what I mean? Kicked it up, chopped it up with him. Did the thing, dipped out, then revisited the next day. You know what I mean? And before I got out of there, I made sure that I hollered at him before I go. Very hospitable person offline. Okay. So I want to kind of set the scene. I don't know what we're going to hear, but we're going to hear something. But we just need to know what we're going to hear. But if you look to the bottom right here, as you can see this, where it says subscribe right here, there's a chronic leaf icon, right? So Hold on. It's a chronic leaf icon. I want y'all to see this. Chronic leaf icon with the eye of Heru. So before we get started with anything, he's got a chronic leaf icon with the eye of Heru as a symbol, as a sign to subscribe to his page. Remember, we ain't the Egyptians, but why are you marketing your page using the eye of Heru? But that's another question for another day and another discussion that I ain't even want to get into. Let's go.
Kofi Pie Side. Message to Kofi Pie Side. Kofi Pie Side, Chief X. I like you, bro. I have nothing against Kofi. Kofi Pie Side is a genuinely good dude who means
Genuinely? When did that become two words? You mean genuine? Kofi is a genuine brother.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
Genuinely. So we getting genuine drunk? But let me continue. Let's start over.
Kofi Pie Side. Message to Kofi Pie Side. Kofi Pie Side, Chief X. I like you, bro. I have nothing against Kofi. Kofi Pie Side is a genuinely good dude who means well. I like Kofi Pie Side. Never ever have I had an issue with Kofi Pie Side. Now, Kofi Pie Side, to be honest. Now, sometimes I think you're a little gullible and naive to people and personalities, right? But you're a good person. Who's not a good person is Sean, or Science with Sean, or Eddie Herrick Calfani.
He's absolutely correct. I am not a good person. But let's hear what he got to say.
Now that dude's an asshole.
Absolutely. Asshole by nature. ABN all day. Got it from Trader Truth. ABN all day. Asshole by nature.
We put a stamp on that. You know what I'm saying?
Asshole by nature. Absolutely.
And nobody likes Sean.
Absolutely. I'm an
Agreed.
asshole
Agreed.
by
Right now,
nature.
he on fire right now. He on fire right.
I'm an asshole by nature, and nobody like me. Remember, this is my live reaction. I haven't watched the video. I'm an asshole by nature. Nobody listen. Kofi cool, but nobody likes Sean. He's an asshole. Okay, let's run it back. Give it to me. Give it to me, Xavier.
Science with Sean, or Eddie Herrick Calfani. Now that dude's an asshole, and nobody likes Sean. Kofi Pie Side. Listen to what I'm telling you. You may not understand, but psychologically, the low views is because of Sean. Sean, aka Eddie Herrick, holds you down and holds you back. You may not understand what I'm saying, but people don't fuck with Sean. First of all, Sean is an asshole. He's boring as fuck. He will put you to sleep. Okay? He's the biggest hater in the goddamn movement. Sean is a hater of everybody, Kofi. Listen to what I'm telling you, man. People sometimes may not fuck with you, Kofi, because of Sean's ignorant ass. Sean has been hating. Sean has been wrong so many times, and this is why he's a hater. Because people have spanked his ass so many times over the years. Sean, you know when we really fell out? Let's just keep it real. You know when we really, I remember when we used to be cool, Sean. Any hear it? We stopped being cool, and I remember the moment it kind of turned because they would listen when Wu Chao and Asar Imhotep, and we had this argument about African spirituality not being science or scientific. You remember that? at that time, I was siding with Asar and Mujaro because you was wrong. You, Ben, Black Panther, were wrong. Asar, Mujaro, and me had to spank y'all.
All right, thank you for that introduction into this particular conversation. But that is not when the anything went left with you and I, Chief X. Is that what you're going by? So to be clear here, okay? To be clear here, neither me nor Ben ever called African spirituality science. You've never heard Ben say that. Ben will be the first person to tell you it is not science. The moment that someone makes it scientific, makes it a pseudoscience. They don't go around saying that this is science. People are projecting that on the traditions and the culture. I can get Ben to tell you that. I can call him on the phone and he'll tell you what he's been saying for years. That was not the argument. No one had an
So he was
issue
lying.
with that.
He just lied then. He just made that up.
That part of it, we had a debate. We were debating certain things or aspects, but they didn't understand that no one professed it to be a science. Ben says, okay, I hear what y'all saying. So are you telling me that there's no level of what they're doing there? Now he's not taking the spirituality part and calling it a science. That's false. He's saying in some of the steps that was taken, there was some science along the way. There was some type of methodology along the way, but not talking about the what people would label spookiness, right? Because he explained it in another video. But the conversations that Asar and Ben have behind the scenes and in public, they are interlinked and on the same page, i.e., pushing Kimoyo.
Last time I checked.
So why would there be some divisive issue there? There wasn't the arguments. You interjected because you was the biggest dick. Sorry. You interjected yourself into a discussion that you had nothing to do with because of your personality worship of Wujawu and Asar. See, you called me a hater. You says I've been wrong. Show me where I've been wrong. Don't tell Sean that Sean's wrong. Demonstrate it. Because Sean don't mind correction. Sean has no issue if Sean's wrong. I'm sounding like Garfield. God damn. Show me where I'm wrong. Don't tell me I'm wrong. So, and I hate everybody. That's what you said. I hate on everybody. No, Sean fights for the truth. I fight for the truth more than anyone else. Meaning that I'm an equal opportunist because you did get something right about me. I am an asshole. I'll argue with Asar. As you just said, I argue with Asar and Wujawu. I'll argue with Sanjetti. I'll argue with Ankh. I'll argue with every god dang it on body. So one thing that you need to say about me is that's one thing that you're consistent with, Sean. You will argue with everybody. You don't play favoritism. I'm the real anybody can get it. Not Unc, me. But let me let the brother continue. He's only 2 minutes and 52 into it. And I don't want to just really because I got to get back to the video and then break it down a little bit more. And then I'm going to show y'all why he says what he says about me.
Nope, you're wrong. It has nothing to do with science. And y'all was pushing that African spirituality and acting like it was just so on point and equipped. I mean, like you guys couldn't understand. It's not scientific. And from that point on, your attitude towards me changed because we spanked the fuck out you.
Xavier Shelton. My attitude changed because you didn't read books. You was just Wikipediaing us to death. All you could do was entertain us with your Bobby Hemmett and Phil Valentine, supposed to be a vegan, but he was fat jokes. Your critiques of those pseudos in the circus, that's what you were good at. When it came to the information, you were handicapped. You have no methodology, and you think that by dick riding other people who may be in certain conversations that you're a part of it. You heard him say it. Him, Wujawu, and Asar. Now go find me a video, or go find me a video, and go find me a presentation where him, Wujawu, and Asar presented information against me or Ben.
That shit don't exist, man. I'm telling you right now. Don't even much waste your time, man. It don't exist. It's a unicorn.
So let's continue.
Now, here you is today, you don't get along with no goddamn body. Except Kofi and Ben. Other than that, nobody really fucks with you, Sean. You're boring as fuck. And you've been talking shit for years about everybody. And it's you who is a fucking dick. Kofi Paisa, we like you. Everybody likes you. We don't fuck with Sean. And Sean has been holding you back for several years. You know, buddy with that nigga, people don't fuck with him, Kofi. We like you, Kofi. We don't like Sean. Sean's on everything. Sean been cloud chasing everywhere. Sean wanted to be. Sean wanted
cloud
to be
chasing.
Rock Squad, Mossy,
wanted to
Kofi,
be.
Paisa. He wants to be everything. He's on everybody's motherfucking stream. He's just.
I'm on everybody's stream, y'all.
Sean, Eddie Harriet, you're a fucking dick. And an asshole.
Thank
you.
You
Lied on me and still ain't apologized. You
lied on
me about them goddamn shoes. And you had nothing to do with that business.
I lied on you about them shoes. You mean them shoes in Texas that just so happened to end up in California, that just so happened to end up on your feet, that just so happened to end up you not telling people that you actually had them, and then it come out that you got them, and then you told two other people, Unc and Ben, that you had the shoes and that you were going to mail them back, but you didn't have the money to mail them back, so they sent out a whole new pair of shoes? You mean those shoes? You mean the shoes that you try to sit there and say that you found left on the ground when everybody was leaving? You mean to tell me the shoes that a lady took off her feet, sat down so she can participate in the activity, and came back to where she put her shoes and they were not there no more? They was on a flight to California? I lied about that? Are you serious? You high right now. I see it in your eyes. You high right now. How in the hell am I going to apologize to you for something you did do? Did you not pick up the shoes? Did they not make it back to California? Were they not in Inglewood? Were they not worn by you to the store? Did you not have the money to send the shoes back? And then when you had the money, it was too late. They sent her a new pair of shoes. Where's the lie?
You ain't apologized yet. You were wrong about that. You were wrong about African slavery. You're wrong about a lot of shit.
African slavery. What in the entire... Let me let you get through with this video, and then I'm gonna look for... what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you get through with the video, because I know people want to hear you out. They may not have seen it, or I don't care if they have seen it. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna let you get through, and then I'm gonna go back, because I see now what the issue is.
And then you come around. We tired of you talking about vaccines. God damn it. You're drowning the subject. Jesus Christ. Every day for a whole year talking about we don't give a fuck. Who gives a fuck right now? We don't want to hear another vaccine discussion from you. Nobody's going to buy your book. It's dead. It's over. You had your 2 minutes of fame with the book. Now you're not going to sell any more copies. We don't give a fuck. You never should have wrote it and wasted your goddamn time and energy. All that time and energy, time is worth money. Niggas be wasting a whole fucking year and writing all that time to get $300 and shit. I mean, all them hours to get pennies. My eyes is tight. I just woke up, so I just had to get this off my chest. Sean, you's a bitch. To be real. Talking all that shit in the chat. And block, I can't even see you when you comment on YouTube. This is how much of a bitch you is. How much of a runner you is. And if I ever see you in life, I'm knocking your tooth out. I know they say all this violence and all this fighting. I like to fight. Don't get it twisted. I like to fight.
You know, I live in Tennessee, and I'll be back in Cali.
I'm gonna knock his
Chief. I'm gonna call you Chief right now. I ain't gonna call you Xavier. I'm gonna call you Chief right now. I'm gonna be back in LA. I'm going to an event, a dog event. In due time, I'm gonna be back in LA. Notice I said back in LA. 3 or 4 times back in LA. Before this year's over. You in Inglewood. You real close to LAX. You can catch me right coming out the thing. Matter of fact, you can catch me. I'm gonna tell you where I'm gonna rent the car from. What's the one that got the D on it? I'm gonna rent it from not them. I'm gonna rent it from Enterprise. So when I get off LAX, I'm going straight to Enterprise. From Enterprise, I'm gonna go probably to the same hotel I stayed at before. If not there, somewhere closer to where the event's gonna be. And guess what? You're gonna know that I'm there. Because I still know how to get directly to your house. But guess what? I ain't gonna come inside your house, but I might be on your street. You're gonna have a perfect opportunity to do just that because you just said it publicly on your page, and now you have to follow through with what you just said. You can't run from it. You can't back up from it. You got to fulfill the shit you talk.
Tooth out his mouth. Bottom line, period. It's 2 niggas when I see it on purpose, when I see it in real life, they gonna catch these hands. And that's Sean, Annie Hedrick, and Garfield. Everybody else I can have beef with, cool. I'm just talking here. But Sean and Annie Hedrick, if I ever see them, we're fighting. We're having a physical fight.
Sean and Annie Hedrick is 2 different people. He gonna have a fight with Sean and Annie Hedrick.
Period. Because they took it too far. For no reason. Anybody else is just shits and giggles. But Sean, Annie Hedrick, and Garfield, if I ever see them eye to eye, I'm coming to you and we're throwing blows. I'm not going to sucker punch you. I'm going to make sure it's square, and we're going to just square off. Let's square off, nigga, square off. And we're going to get it on. If you don't want to square off, I'm just going to take one and teach you a lesson. I'm serious. Sean, you're a bitch.
And you got to treat me like one.
Kofi Pie-Side, everyone likes you. We love you. You might get mad at me for this video. Oh, well, I just had to get this off my chest. Sean's a bitch, and he's been holding you back. He's been preventing you from fellowshipping and communing with others. He's become synonymous with you, Kofi. And people don't fuck with Sean. He doesn't have the personality. He doesn't have the swag. None of that.
Personality and swag.
Slow that nigga down.
Personality and swag.
Of the low views and stuff. You need to start communing with and fellowshipping with real cats. I remember I came, don't have Xavier on the show. Kofi, I would have been your biggest views. If you interviewed me, Kofi, I'd be your biggest views you ever had on your channel. Trust and believe. Because niggas is nosy. They want to see what Chief X talking about. And here comes Sean holding you back. No, don't have Chief up on there. Hell no. Shut your ass up, Sean.
All right, so before I run this back, I see we are gathered here today by Brother Black Panther. And I know you heard your name in the video.
I didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, your name is let me find it. Give me a second.
Me change because we spanked the fuck out you. And equip. I mean, like you guys couldn't understand. We're wrong. Asar, Wujaro, and because you was wrong. And we had this argument about African spirituality not being science or scientific. You remember that? At that time, I was siding with Asar and Wujaro because you was wrong. You, Ben, Black Panther, were wrong. Asar, Wujaro, and me had to spank y'all. Nope, you're wrong. It has nothing to do with science. And y'all was pushing that African spirituality and acting like it was just so on point and equipped. I mean, like you guys couldn't understand. It's not scientific. And from that point on, your attitude towards me changed because we spanked the fuck out you.
Is that what he thinks?
That's what he thinks. You heard him. He's dead serious.
All right. Well, let me respond to that. Varian, I never liked you. I never liked you since I met you at RBG Weekend. I thought you was a con artist. I thought you were a slick talker. And I didn't ever want to be around you. It was Unk. It was my brother Supreme Ra. It was Alik Africa. It was Big Said. It was those guys who fucked with you. And since I fucked with them, I didn't make it a big deal. I never really liked you, bro. To be quite honest.
He brought up the shoes again too. Says I'm lying on him about the shoes.
I'm not going back and forth with the shoes. But what I will say about that is you can blame me for that, but I never said anything about that publicly. And I wasn't. Because to me, it was a dead issue. It was Unk that brought them shoes out in public. It wasn't me. It was a dead issue. We sent the young woman some shoes. You supposedly sent the shoes back after wearing them to the store, whatever many times you changed your story, whatever. But it was a dead issue. And I did not want to drag that young lady into the argument because she didn't deserve that. And I know you Negroes don't have any honor. So it was only a matter of time before somebody started calling her a B word or something like that. So I did not want that to happen. So I never brought that up on purpose. Also, when it came to the science conversation about African spirituality, that was not my argument that African spirituality was science. And my argument is the same argument that I had today. and that is that science is a part of African spirituality. And I think we've proved that through shows that have followed since then. We've proved that about the astronomy. We've proved that about the medicine. We've proved that about other things within their culture besides the spiritual aspect. That was my argument. You have never spanked me on anything. Nothing. Me and Asar actually agree on that. I had a SARS claim wrong. And it wasn't until I talked to him on the phone to where I saw where he was coming from. And I actually agree on it with Asar. There are aspects of African spirituality that are absolutely 100% have nothing to do with science. And I don't pretend that they do. But, this is this kind of stuff, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. This kind of stuff is beneath me, to be quite honest. I don't really have time for it. But what I will say before I get off of here is if we are somewhere, me and Sean are together, or me and Kofi are together, any member of the Masi are together, and you would like to harm any member of the Masi, you should hit me first. Why do I say that? Why should you hit me first? Because I'm the biggest. I'm 6'3", 240 pounds. I'm the biggest. And if you think I'm going to stand there while you try to harm a Masi member, I'm not. I'm just going to let you know from the jump. I'm not. We formed the Masi around the Masi Empire. And if you study the Masi Empire in Chancellor Williams' book, Destruction of Black Civilization, you will see that 7 core kingdoms. When one of these kingdoms became attacked, the other kingdoms would come. That's how the Masi Empire was built. And they were very successful in delaying colonization, delaying the spread of foreign religion. Eventually they were conquered. You get it, but they were successful in this model. And this is what we have today. So if you want to make a member of the Masi your enemy and threaten physical violence, then I guess you just threatened me too. And I got to put you on the list. Got to put you on the list, bro. I guess because there's a couple people in the community that owe me a fade. Zolani, Yaba, you owe me a fade. Elliot, also known as Intef, also known as Sarah Sutin Seti, you owe me a fade for bringing my wife into that debate.
Mm-hmm.
You owe me that. Garfield, you owe me a fade because when you was dating this phantom woman that you was hiding from everybody, and I called you and told you that reportedly this woman had been in a car accident, this was the perfect time for you to tell me, hey, Ben, this isn't what it is, man. That woman is not who she seems to be. But you didn't tell me that. And I spent my money sending this woman a gift basket And apparently you knew the entire time. So yeah, you owe me a favor with that. And I'm not going to talk about the student loan money that you kept from me. Not going to talk about that. But you know what you did. You owe me a favor. So I guess I got to add this man to the list. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of here, man, because I don't really do this. I don't do a bunch of talking, but you know, at least I know what it is now. Because I honestly didn't know if I saw him what it would be, but you know, it is what it is, man.
Yep. This is my first time seeing it. So he posted it today.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
so it's brand new, fresh packaged beef.
Yes, sir. Stamped today. 311.
Well, it is what it is, man. I'm out.
All right. So what I want to do is I want to take this moment to change it up, to get off him, and I want to deal with something specific. I'm not gonna bore anybody, but I want to show y'all why. Well, first of all, I ain't even going this way. I want to show y'all why he says what he says, and why whoever the rest of them are, they say they don't like me. Oh, we know who they are. It's evident. They're proponents of it. And it's pretty recent. Corey, the anti-theist, he's been on this channel. Shout out to Kofi. Sometimes it's good to step outside yourself and reevaluate your circle, yo. I think that's what Unc might need to do. He might need to reevaluate his circle, which really ain't his circle. Chris, he always talking junk. So it is what it is, but I ain't never seen him ever educate me on something. So it's not really a problem. Peace to Sister LaDonna. She in the chat right now. I don't know who Pookie Ray is, but whatever. I don't know who Hyro Charm is, but he can call me boring and say I'll read the whole book to you. Not a problem for me. All right. So there you go right there. I think there's I might have that person coming like so. Now, let me show y'all why. I'm going to show y'all why they say what they say. So, if you go to the Master Warrior Clan YouTube channel and you pull up the content on the screen, as you can see, the Master Warrior Clan, here is what they're talking about. I did a video about Garfield relying on Brother Unc regarding some vaccine information. That's one video. I did a video about the Arab conquest of ancient Egypt. I ain't talking about that. I did one about the Dogon and their understanding of a star system from their perspective, or what the actual claim is, trying to help people identify the Dogon claim. Let me keep going. The evolution of culture video, right? You're gonna see a theme here with why I'm either boring or where they have an issue with. Now, the reason that they have an issue with this because it's in this particular video that I exposed some things that were being said on previous videos that have everything to do with culture and how anthropologists and biologists rely on certain aspects of culture to help them identify with the people that they're studying. The people just so happen to be these Africans, and they just so happen to be in these places. And the people that I bring out here in this video was a European white lady that actually had to tell these people, no, we don't have no idea without the cultural aspect of it all, because culture is key. We have to have these elements to help us understand and solidify what we're looking at. Let me continue. I'm not going to bring up none of the vaccine stuff. So I'm not going to talk about the social media science. That's vaccine stuff. The African universe, a look into the old world. This is a video. How not to compare African traditional thought with Western worldview. This is a video. Ankh versus Ankh. This is a video. But look, anytime that I'm talking directly to Ankh, that I can talk to Ankh. I can attack Ankh. I can critique Ankh, and I can challenge Ankh. Why? Because I know what he taught, what he stood on, and what it means, and where this takes you versus where he's headed. Out to prove Ankh wrong again. Let me see. Let me deal with the pseudo killer's British love affair. That would be a video to feel some kind of way about their love affair with the British, because they said it, and I never made the claim. They said it on a live, and you hear it from Sheffrin, and we deal with it, and then we break down this whole British love affair, and then we extract the fact that the British shouldn't have no love affair. All right. And then it goes on. I got some methodology videos and stuff like that they have a problem. But here's another problem: the pseudo historiography of the pseudo killers. All right. This ain't it. Okay. This ain't it. There's some other stuff in here, but you're pretty much going to have to say, all right, what's the real problem, Sean? Where did the real issues come into play, Sean? Like, what you had from us? Okay.
That's what I thought you was gonna do at first.
What am I hiding from you? What am I hiding from y'all? What is the real spill deal with this? This video. Oops, I didn't mean to hit play. I'm about to explain everything to everybody.
Uh-oh.
I want her and her baby dead. It just ain't happened yet. My wife just sent that paper there. I just ain't grab it yet. Nominated for the Grammys. I went back to jail. Racist judge.
I ain't gonna let y'all listen to all that. I'm gonna get straight to the point.
I just really miss you. Roam in the trenches where the cocaine get delivered.
Let me talk to him.
Don't never go look for yourself inside somebody else.
This why they mad at me.
Cause some of these niggas out here ain't really cut like we cut. You know, we cut from a bandana.
Say it with your chest out. Say bitch with your chest out.
That shit sounds good until it takes place.
Boy said you know how to square up.
That shit. Did you not hear what he said?
He said you know on site square up.
One more time.
He say tissue paper.
That shit sounds good until it takes place.
He gonna punch me in my face.
That shit sounds good until it takes place.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. This shit sounds
How
good.
big is he? He my size?
Yeah, he your height.
Oh man.
Yeah, y'all see eye to eye.
Oh man.
There ain't no
Oh
jokes.
man.
Okay, so listen. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, Corey and Sheffrin, I'm saying y'all name, Corey and Sheffrin assert that they go live with the understanding of working out their pseudoisms on a live stream. And that if we look to them to be educators and teachers of the community, then we've put too much stake into them, that we got them wrong. Sheffrin says it.
That was it. You right. You said that.
I cannot make this up. So we're going to listen to Sheffrin.
Cause this, yeah, you clear? All right, cool. All right, I want to speak to the topic of the show and what Kofi has said. I don't really care about Mutua. I didn't heard enough from him that I ain't going down that road with y'all. Like, I'm cool where I'm at with it. But what the title of the show, right? People following the right methodology and what is the purpose of your platform?
Now, you know, Kofi did a show on this channel, and Sheffrin just answered what the show was about. Now let's listen to what he says, because this is where the problem lies, right? And then they call me a hater, say I'm clout chasing, say that I'm all kind of other stuff, right? But this is where the issue is.
Right. Right. We've been having well, it seems like if there's an issue with our content, right? I think our shows have two different approaches, right? And then we have different personalities. So we approach things differently, right? Now, it might not be up to y'all standard, right? But it's where we at. It is our lane. It's the way that we do our research to get the information quicker to present to our audience. Now, y'all might do more in-depth study on things, right? And that's cool because people can consume both. But I don't think it should be an issue. That's my thing. I don't believe it should be an issue. You know what I mean? If y'all, if we say, and we piggyback off each other content, right? For the simple fact, when we say some stuff, y'all might not agree with, well, Sean in particular, and Chavis, you know what I mean? Y'all will go make a video.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn.
Correcting our information. Now that's a show for y'all. You feel me? Or attempting to correct our information, so to say. So it's shared content. Like sometimes we'll bring a conversation up. Sometimes y'all will bring a conversation up, and we'll piggyback off of that. You dig what I'm saying? But I never knew it was going to develop into an issue. You dig what I'm saying? So now it's like it's an issue.
Nah, it's not.
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Now I'll say this and I'll let you keep going because I want to listen to what you got to say.
Nah. You got all right. Well, then you got me messed up. I'm ex-Muslim and I'm working out my pseudoism.
Oh, hi. Wait a minute. Who are you?
So my job on the show is I'm working through all my misinformation and my pseudoisms. So at times you might hear some wild shit come out my mouth because that's just who I am and I'm working on that. we have a freer platform where we're working on, you know what I mean? Like Corey saying,
Yeah, Chef Cool.
abusing the community about pseudoism. So,
For the love of God! For the love of God! Please! Damn! Damn!
basically, we look at pseudo claims and then we try to look at the best information to dispel those pseudo claims.
All right, so this is one of the issues. Now, Sheffrin says it here, and Pure, you're absolutely correct. Sheffrin is cool as hell. No problem with Sheffrin. But he said our expectations was too high for the pseudo killers. We thought we was going over there to get information or extract information from the pseudo killers to learn from them and build on the body of knowledge to move people forward. But that's not what they do. They do something different over there. They try to work out their pseudoisms on live streams. It came out in this show. So let me go back a little bit, and I'm about to say something to y'all that I haven't said before to anyone. But that was one of the videos. The other video, as you can see, is not showing right here. So I have to switch to show y'all the video because they blocked it because of the music or copyright or something like that. And so people can't see it. But here go the video right here. It's 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes.
Maybe he didn't say those words, but I'm one of those people who read body language. You know, body language is 80% of what you actually trying to get across. You know what I'm saying? Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro. Your words is only 15 to 20%, right? And our position. He can get down with that kind of shit, right? Maybe he didn't say those words, but I'm one of those people who read body language. You know, body language is 80% of what you're actually trying to get across. You know what I'm saying? Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
What the is that? Who the is that?
So it's copyright on instrumentals too? How they do that?
Something. Nah, it's something. What you talking about on my video?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
They
don't
put
know
the
what
copyright.
happened.
That's crazy. They took that video down that I had made. They took it down on Facebook 2 times. I don't know why.
Okay,
They keep
so
taking it down.
Hold on. You killing it. So listen, these 2 videos made Corey upset because it spoke on how they do things on their channel. I actually used their words to help us better understand who they are. Okay. Now I'm only showing y'all a pattern. See, the video unavailable for everybody else, but it's still available for me. I probably can go in there and make it available or whatever, but I got the video, so ain't no twisting it up. All right. So I want to show y'all what people have a problem with me. Okay. I don't care what Xavier is saying. He don't matter to me. All right. He don't matter to me. Now, this is not my page. This is Kofi's page. So you'll see that they're live or whatever, and they dealing with that. Has nothing to do with me. I don't care. But this is what they have a problem with. Before it got to the height of where we were, Nzinga comes out 4 months ago. As you can see, Nzinga and Zinga and Zinga and Zinga and Zinga and Zinga and Zinga. Let's change the narrative. Nzinga and Zinga. Africans sold their own. You see what I'm saying? Like, this comes out. Every last one of these videos is me doing a series on Nzinga, clearing up the information and giving it clarity, and actually dealing with the text and what's actually being said and what she went through and how things transition. All these Nzingas. From that, they argued against all of that. Then it went from Nzinga, ladies and gentlemen. It went from Nzinga to it got quiet or whatever, or they continue whatever they continue with. It went from Nzinga, then it became an attack on African traditions. When it became an attack on African traditions, Kofi does Why We Turn Our Backs on Our Traditions show. I do something about the impact of westernized acculturation on African minds. Or me or Kofi or whoever in this show. We have Unc on, it's all of that. Now, I'm going to take y'all back to the creation of the pseudo killers. Unc told me about the pseudo killers. Told me everybody that they had. I have no problem with Vance. Love Vance. Vance is a cool dude, quiet dude, low key, going about his business, trying to get the information out. Good videographer, man, got a goal, got a mission, got a podcast, doing his thing. So I ain't even directing any negative energy or any type of energy toward Brother Vance. I really ain't directing really much energy toward Sheffrin, because he's clear on his point that he's still trying to work out his pseudoisms on a live stream. I had no issue with Kent, but Kent has an issue with me because I just ain't hearing the shit he talking about, and I think he drunk 90% of the time. Corey has an issue because I exposed him for what it is regarding scholarship. You can't take it personal. And I'm finna tell y'all where all this come from. At the pseudo killer's inception, Unc was saying that he got these brothers together. We're trying to get them molded, get them going so that they could be real pseudo killers and be able to defeat a lot of the misinformation around there and be able to do the things that they wanted to do on that show while also helping educate the the audience and keep them engraved in what they're doing and building the channel up. Cool, not a problem. He said, but they gonna argue us up and down about some issues. Okay, not a problem. So when Unc is arguing with them, he'll pull me into their arguments, and I go in blind. So I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what he's actually said. I come in blind, and then I gotta hear the arguments. So you would see me coming on the shows earlier on dealing with a lot of that. The reason for that is because Unc really wanted them to learn how to have proper research methodology and be able to properly critique sources and information and be able to spit that stuff out that they're still spitting, but do it in a manner where they know that their information is solid and legit and not questionable or working out their pseudoisms on a live stream. So he would use me to try to help show them, hey, look, man, you still can do what you're doing, but if you use the right methods and tools to get to the point to where you need to get to, you'll be a little bit more solid in your information to help tighten them up, so to say. This conversation was had by me and Unc several times. So like, nah, cause I was in their chats and all of that, and I was leaving. He was like, "Why you leaving?" I was like, "Man, I can't do that, bro. They ain't got no type of methodology. They just shooting from the hip." He's like, "But that's what you for. You got to come in there. You got to do this. Boom, 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 boom. We got to show them how to get done. So we can help them develop and grow. They ain't into all of that. That ain't how they do things right there." So really, when I come to challenge what they got going on and I'm challenging their methodology, they think that it's just me being an asshole to them or me pulling out that stuff. But no, the whole time, Unc was like, "I need you to do that. I need you to I need you to do that because that's gonna sharpen them." I got tired of doing that. So when I stepped away from that, muted the noise, and then I got my sanity back, I looked at them differently. Not when I say them, I'm talking about the group as a collective, not individually, because I still believe in them being great men and fathers and influencers in their communities. I don't look at them negatively in that light. Everything that I've done or said regarding the pseudo killers has been about information. I never made a personal attack at any of them. I never made no indirect comments. I might have called you dumb, Corey, or I might have said boy or something like that, just talking my shit. But I've always done one thing. I've always kept it about the information. See, I'm taking it away from Varian because he's irrelevant at this point. His issues are personal. I don't even entertain him or go into any type of conversation with him because he's a little boy on that. Instead of him being a what he used to call himself a junior elder and demonstrating the right way, excuse me, he's a little boy when it comes to that. So I'm not listening to him. And I don't have no level of respect for that. All right. Now, my issues have always been go find a video where I personally attacked any of them. Because now they hate me. Remember, he said, don't nobody like Sean. Everybody hates Sean. I ain't gonna lose no sleep because everybody don't like me. I ain't gonna lose no sleep because don't nobody want to listen to me. I ain't gonna lose no sleep if it's 5 people just viewing my shit. And to bring my SARS-CoV-2 book up in that video that you did, I could really tell you how many people actually supported that project. There was a lot of people that actually supported and still supporting that project. And I ain't talking about just in the community. I'm talking about people who ain't even affiliated with us. I'm talking doctors. That goes beyond you, bro. Doctors. I've been interviewed by doctors. I've been interviewed with doctors. So we ain't gotta fake that funk. But my whole issue is I've always been about the information. I challenge your methodology. I critique you. I critique your source. And I critique the claims because I know I have to know how to identify the claims, critique it, extract it, and go from there. There's a methodology in place. If you're going to kill pseudos, you have to have a methodology. I don't care if I argue with Wujawu or Asar. I don't lose that scholastic respect that I have for them. We're just arguing over 2 different points at that given moment in time. Doesn't mean anything to them, but I respect them. And for people to be like, but he only argued with this person or this person or that person, they're wrong. You just got proof in the video that I actually argued with Asar and Wujawu. And y'all seen me argue with Ump. and everybody else. So I don't pick and choose. I argue with Kofi, Chavis, Sutek, Satepanra,
Tyler.
Tyler. I was about to call him Jehuti.
Nah, but he do argue with everybody. He was just arguing.
So it should be known. It should be known that I'm not. Listen, it should be known that I'm not showing favoritism. I'm arguing to hash out our differences. I'm not arguing to argue. I'm not making noise to be heard. I'm not making claims for you to critique, because I don't make claims. So let's go back to the Mossy. See, you got to know where to go. Remember Nzinga? I showed y'all the whole series with Nzinga. Oh, I ain't mean to actually do that. Let me do it this way. So we get to the videos. Nzinga. We do the Nzinga stuff. We deal with that. Cool. I'm finna put y'all up on game. Before the Nzinga stuff and all the other stuff, right? When I was attacking the fake Egyptians that's in New York, the Hebrews, the Abos, all the anti-vaxxers, a lot of the people who spit misinformation, none of the people had a problem with what I was doing because I was attacking other people. But when I went within and I started critiquing within, people being added to the circles and stuff like that, or just with other people, now it's a problem. Because I ain't letting they shit slide. I ain't letting they pseudoisms slide. I ain't letting them work out their pseudoisms on a live stream and think that that's going to suffice. So it wasn't an early man video. It's got to be because I did the pseudo historiography here. Nah, that was Queen Nzinga. But there's another video that I did that changed the whole new argument. See, me and Unc arguing about booster shots. Look, I got a video killing Kofi's argument, critiquing his work. The British love affair, that was about slavery. That was still in Zingalite. The first fire in the universe. This is about to be 3 months old. Y'all got to excuse me. My sinuses be going crazy. December 11th, 2021. How old is this video?
Couple months.
The video is 3 months old. I did this video, and Brother Unc called me a week later. I seen you did a video on the Big Bang. I'm gonna listen to it and I'm gonna critique it. He said, but I'm gonna call you back and I'm gonna show you what you might have got wrong. Okay, cool, Unc. Not a problem. In this same video, we got Sheffrin and Corey in the chat. You don't believe me? Here go Corey. Right there. That's his name, Corey, the anti-theist. He in the chat. There goes Sheffrin. He in the chat. 2 pseudo killers in the chat. So if I was making a claim in this video, they were live to actually get it. What I did was provide the teachings with Cedric. And you know, I just know he be talking crazy, but I really ain't got no personal issue with Cedric or anything like that. You know what I mean? I just talk crazy back to him. But they got a problem with Fukiao and this work, but they never properly critiqued this work. So now, after they, instead of calling me on the phone, like he said, let me blow that back up. Calling me on the phone, like he said, after he watched it, he went live on the Pseudo Killers and did a show. He didn't call my phone. He hit the live button on the Pseudo Killers and started talking about this particular video. And Sheffrin and Corey was mocking it. Look who else in the chat. Look who else in the chat to be over there on their channel. Who is that? Who is that? Brendan Sims.
Yeah.
They were present during this build. Look, 17 minutes in, you see Sheffrin, you see Brendan. They're here to listen. I'm providing the teachings from the Congo. But not only do I provide the teachings from the Congo, I go to the damn experts to see what they have to say. You don't believe me? Science Channel, space.com, fizz.org. And then I got the experts talking about the universe, right? And then I got another video of more experts talking about the universe. All of that. These experts even got Egypt in here. Look. In the video. They got Egypt in here. Talking about ancient Egyptian creation myths. Explaining the universe. These are experts doing this. These are the astrophysicists that are using Egyptian mythology. Look who's in there. Corey and Sheffrin and Brendan. They're here. The whole point of the video was to show the Congo teachings. And then what the experts say. We're talking cosmology. So we can look at modern cosmology and compare it to ancient cosmology or cosmological teachings of certain parts of Africa. And then we can critique that information. We can use the right steps. This led to a 2-month conversation and some hurt feelings. And then Asar get into it because I asked him a question on his stream. Unc wouldn't let up. He just kept talking, but he never understood what I was saying. He never understood the actual, if you want to say claims, he never understood the claims of the Congo. He immediately dismissed it all and changed the whole narrative. So now there was a whole month and some argument. Then me and him arguing. But his cronies instigating the argument. I don't even bring up the Dogon. They bring it up over there on their channels. They did at least 60, 70 hours of worth of videos on this stuff. I ain't going through all of that. I didn't give it 60 or 70 hours. 11-hour shows here, 9-hour shows there, 5-hour shows here. You know, they was talking they little ish and popping their stuff and all of that. So I popped back. So after the first fire, I pop back. I come up with another video. Excuse me. About how not to compare African traditional thought. Now look at the date on this. I did the Ankh versus Ankh 2, December 26th. So that was 2 weeks after I dropped the first fire. Here go the other video. Nah, that's Sheffrin and his love affair with the British. My bad. Here go
I
the
think
other
you're talking about
video.
when we look up.
Listen, I did it on the 11th. So 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, 2 weeks after I did that other video, I put 2 videos up. Arguing with itself. And I still got the clip on that I ain't show nobody. And then I did this one. Notice, I got Unc in here and I put the Diaries of a Pseudo Killer. I'm referring to Unc. I ain't talking about them. So now I begin to change my approach. I'm no longer addressing the overall pseudo killers. I'm addressing Unc. So when I say stuff, I'm no longer mentioning their names because I don't want them thinking that I'm clout chasing. I'm dealing directly with the head. They just the limbs. I don't need to deal with the limbs. I need to deal with the head of the snake. The head of the snake is someone I studied for years. I ain't been studying them. I ain't learned anything from them. However, in a conversation on Kofi's channel, they were talking about the Dogon. So the Dogon comes up. But as you can see, this Dogon stuff was done February 24th. But the only reason that I did this is because when Kofi did that whole show, what was the purpose of their platform? I had came on there and I had said to Sheffrin what the actual Dogon claims were. I said, we need to get an understanding of what the actual claims are and stop listening to Van Beek and Grill and just deal with what the Dogon themselves are claiming, because that's a lot of noise in between that. Deal specifically with what the Dogon is saying. Nobody wanted to hear me. They wanted to keep arguing about Fukiao. They wanted to argue about everybody else. But I knew that they didn't understand the claims. So when I told Sheffrin on that show that one of their claims is they understood a star system, he looked it up live and then he wanted to have a conversation with me about them having an understanding of the star system. But you just heard me play a video where Sheffrin openly admits that he says some outlandish things, and it's at times he can get a little crazy. But he's still working out his pseudoisms. So why am I finna sit here and have a conversation with somebody who didn't know 15 seconds before I said what I said about the Dogon? He just heard me say that, so now he looked it up. So he has no idea. He don't understand what a star system is, and he don't know if anybody could understand what a star system is or not that quick. So he immediately becomes dismissive when he says, well, star system, but he don't read any further than that. He didn't even understand before they even had a telescope that there was already people that were making the assertion that there was a second star to Sirius A. They never brought that up. So I come back with the Dogon's understanding of a star system to help people really identify the Dogon claim. And then therefore, now you can move forward and actually start to extract the claims and deal with it specifically. Because in this video, I specifically tell you if they know or don't know or saw Sirius B. In this video, they dismissed that. Chavis argues with Kent. All of a sudden, Kent got issues. I don't know what Kent issue is. He just rambling. He's saying a whole bunch of
You go on mute. Sure. Can y'all hear me? Or let me know if y'all can hear me.
I hit the thing on my mic, but I thought you were saying something.
No, no, I was listening to you, and then it went silent. I
Yeah,
was like,
my
what the
mic.
hell?
Yeah, I hit the thing on my mic when I. So
All
okay,
right.
so what I was saying was after the Dogon video, you posted the video in a group. You and Kent have an exchange. He going hard. He's saying a whole bunch of crazy stuff, talking about I'm clout chasing, talking about I'm hating on the pseudo killers. Like, bro, listen to this. All right, so let me clear this hating shit up. I don't get paid off none of y'all. I y'all don't put no food in my mouth. Y'all don't put no money in my pocket. What the fuck am I hating on y'all for? For some views? Are you serious? Bro, I am heavily invested in a bet that has the potential to do something that none of y'all can do. Arguing on the internet. Like, for real, real. So why the hell would I hate? I don't hate y'all. What I don't like is the way that y'all approach scholarship. Because no matter what y'all think or what y'all believe, while you're trying to work out your pseudoisms on a show, the people come to learn. So if you don't have a proper command for a subject matter, don't you think that it would be responsible that you go back to what y'all did at the beginning of the pseudo killers when y'all got some work from each other on Monday and y'all did a show on Friday? Everybody had that same work and they built on that body. So by Friday, everybody was sharp with their shit. Y'all used to do that. If you go watch the earlier pseudo killer shows, they were more crisp in their approach with the information because they had the homework on Monday. And on Friday, they got busy. And on Saturday, they really got busy. Just that little approach would make a significant difference because it would give you a command for the subject matter and it would allow you to argue it a little bit better and be able to hash out the differences. But because one has a problem with the way y'all present information, and I'm saying, man, y'all really need to change this and do something different so y'all can have a command for this body of knowledge and read the shit that we're saying read, that's a problem. Bro Chef in the chat, he said, I ain't got time to read no books. I ain't about to read no 30-something books on the subject. I'm trying to sound like Chef. I ain't about to read no 30-something books on the subject matter. Man, I ain't about to do that. Shoot. I got a life.
Got kids.
I got kids. I got a job. I got an old lady. I got to deal with all of that. I ain't got time to read all that shit. Those was his exact words. And then I pointed out that when he said that, okay, but you got time to do 11-hour shows all day, talking about the same stuff over and over and over all day. But none of y'all wanted to read the homework on it. You wanted to skip steps, and you can't skip steps when you're trying to properly edify people. You can't skip steps. Yeah, my Baltimore. Yeah, I ain't got it, bro. It's trash. So all I was trying to do was push them to be better in their approach. Where it got personal was with them. I ain't got a single show talking about them. A single show. Every show that I have introduces information and has to do with a subject matter. If I say something their way, it is because I just released information on the subject matter, and now I can take some shots at them back. So I don't know what their personal problems are. Well, Sheffrin really ain't, Sheffrin is Sheffrin. He nonchalant Sheffrin. He ain't hearing that bullshit. He ain't thinking nothing about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I posted about one of my friends' bullies the other day. He hit me up with it. You know what I mean? Talking about what they were going for up there around his way in the whole 9 yards. Like, I ain't thinking about that. He ain't thinking about that. So there's only 2 people left. Well, Sheffrin might feel some way, I don't know. But there's 2 people left. It's Ken Corey. I completely put Corey in perspective. And Corey did a rant on me after I put him in perspective. You can't, Corey, listen, you might listen, you might not listen. You can't get mad at me because I put you into perspective. I now understand where you are in information. You're still level 1, stage 1. You just want to talk shit and act like you got the command for a subject matter. You know, and then take your little shots and slick hate on the SAR, but then turn around and say you ain't hating on the SAR or whatever. All of that. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Not a problem. But that's neither here nor there. So we get to them versus me, views versus correct information. Ken and Chavis is arguing in the Pseudo Killers group chat on Facebook on a thread, and Kent hollers out, Sean be cloud chasing. He be using our names for views. So, ladies and gentlemen, to the people that matter most popular videos. This is my video, 3.3Ks views right there. This is my video, The Leper Society, 1.7K views. These other videos are Ben and Kofi, and they killing it. My next view is The Serpent of Wagadoo. Kofi and Ben again, and then my Moroccan Invasion Songhai video. Then Unk's birthday video, which out of all the people that claim that they love and represent Unk and how much Unk did for them and all of that, ain't nobody do this for Unk but me. On this show. I did a whole show dedicated to Bobby West's birthday a year ago. Here's another video. The Sanike Marabout Wars. Me. My videos that I've got the most views on have nothing to do with the Pseudo Killers at all. At all. So that whole claim and initiative was crazy. And then he goes on to say something about he mentioned views, and he was like, yeah, Sean don't be getting no views. He be over there just talking to himself. Okay, cool. Then just let me sit over here and talk to myself.
You was born, man. Say you was born, basically.
Hey, bro, listen.
He said the same thing.
Listen, I'm born. Then guess what? I'm born. I have no problem with being born. I think they have a problem with someone being born. You know what I mean?
One thing you put into perspective a long time that I always keep into perspective was like how you was like mentioning John Henry Clark. Them boys everybody wouldn't own that. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't filling out stadiums and all that there. You know what I'm saying? So me when hearing that, I don't just be looking at the views. I just trying to get the information out. And I think that's pretty much the whole sentiment that we all take with the information. Like we wish that it would be 1,000 people, you know what I'm saying, getting that information, but shit, you can't force them. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I did say that a long time ago, and people don't really, I don't think that they understand that. Like the Dr. Benz, the John Henry Clarks, Chancellor Williams, John G. Jacksons, those people had an uphill battle because they wasn't a feel-good scholarship. They were boring. How many people truly sat through a 2.5 hour, 3 hour lecture, even if it's just on YouTube? listening to Dr. Ben or Dr. Clark for 3 hours straight?
I mean, I did, but I'm not. I'm, you know
I
what I'm
have, I have, but not
saying. Me
everybody,
too.
not
It was
everybody has.
right. I know that for sure, because they'll miss out on parts what people said and whatnot. So you ain't lying.
So it's okay. I'll be boring. It don't matter. That's fine. And absolutely, I argue with everybody. That's no lie. I don't discriminate. I argue with everybody because the end game for me is that we all get the truth. We all get the shit right. So what matters most to me don't matter to y'all. And that's our approach in getting to the conclusion accurately, not fallaciously, not skipping steps, but accurately, because we're trying to demonstrate. And without a proper method, there's a problem. So, I get it. All right, I'm boring. And I'm an asshole. I'm a dick. I ain't no bitch though. That I ain't. And you ain't gonna hit me in my mouth. I don't give a fuck who it is. I hope you don't think I'm a sucker.
Man, he already said he ain't even about all that. I don't know why he even be doing. I asked him about it when he was out there in the hood. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't even get down with all that, man. You talking about he
Right.
was out there with the pyro with he was in Inglewood? Nah,
Man, look,
man, I didn't get down. They tried to put me down, but
man,
oh man, you ain't even really about all that, man. You might want to leave that type of stuff alone, man.
man, man,
People out here really get down, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
man, listen. Don't get fooled. Don't get fooled. Don't get fooled.
Open the eyes, open the eyes. Not to let them accept Rastafari, but just to let them see.
Yeah. We gathering around the firefly. 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 Some people poses they need a frame. I am a lion. We not the same.
That's right. I gotta take him off of here. You understand? The sucker think he good. The sucker think he can whoop me. And I know he can't whoop me up. Hey, boy, the nigga whole style is true.
First of all, a blitz is a bitch. See the bitch in you. When you don't speak your mind, the bitch in you. Look at me, your mind's line. I see the bitch in you. Still be hard, you trying. The bitch in you. It's coming out, Joe. I see the bitch in you. When you don't speak your mind, the bitch in you. Look at me, your mind's line. I see the bitch in you. Still be hard, you trying. The bitch in you. So check.
I'm documenting something. This is not for you YouTube people.
Huh?
Okay? This is for me. I'm in fear of my life. I'm in fear of my life. I'm in fear of getting maimed or disabled by violence. I'm in fear of getting maimed
Wait a minute.
or disabled by violence. I have no felonies, never had any kind of violent crime or anything. I'm legally able to purchase firearms. I have firearms. I'm a good, decent, upstanding citizen with good credit.
What the fuck that have to do with anything? What does good credit have to do with it? How did that? What the fuck? That shit is crazy. But he said he gonna punch you in the mouth though. This guy.
I began to scheme and scam up at the JC Penney's, right? Great credit, never wronged anyone. I began to scheme and scam up at the JC Penney's, right? feel a threat in my neighborhood. I live on 105th Street. I want to be able to protect my life and my family and not die, be maimed, or harmed.
And you know what, nigga? You act like a little bitch right now. You act
I understand California laws. California laws.
Somebody yelling at somebody else. Look at him.
Scary ass nigga. He in the hundreds. That boy
But
scared over there in them hundreds.
he gonna pop on me though. That's what he said. He gonna get him one off. He said he gonna teach me.
I understand California laws.
That nigga call the laws on you, boy.
They are strict. I obey California laws about firearms. My name is Xavier Shelton. I'm an upstanding citizen. Xavier Shelton, me.
And you know what, nigga? You act like a little bitch right now. You act real paranoid and shit.
California laws. In accordance with California law, and all I can do to stay alive. I currently have an issue with someone in my neighborhood who I believe is a violent ex-felon who means no good and possibly could attempt something on me. I was pulled. A man drove in front of me in a black truck and stopped in the middle of the street, got out of his car and ran up to my car, looking like he meant violence towards me. We have a discussion. I de-escalate the discussion.
First one, a bitch is a bitch. I see the bitch in you. When you don't speak your mind, the bitch in you.
So listen, what I'm trying to get people to understand is, man, Sean ain't for everybody to like. I never been the person that wanted to be the most liked. Not by no dudes anyway. Never that. I don't care nothing about no dudes liking me. That's just been me my whole entire life. I deal with who I deal with. I keep everybody else at bay. You know what I'm saying? You might not like me, but your old lady might like me. And that's a fact. So I really don't even care nothing about how another dude feel about me. That's not my move. So even with information, I might be boring. You might not like what I do. You might have a problem with how I challenge your methodology and how did you come to a conclusion? Or I might argue you up and down about information. I never leave it outside of information. It ain't never personal for me. It's never been. So when you get to the bitching and talking about what you're gonna do, what you're gonna do to me and all of that, you gotta live out that
personal.
truth.
Oh, that sound personal though.
Listen.
The phase sound personal, man.
The video is 8 minutes. Yet the video deals with two things: personal attacks and then claims that I was wrong on something. So if I'm wrong on something, guess what? I have a body of knowledge that you can properly critique, whether it's on the Kofi Pi research team, whether it's on the Mossy Warrior Clan YouTube channel, whether it's on Science with Sean, or whether it's on Facebook. And guess what else? Whether it's in all them damn books that we got.
Now you know damn well he ain't gonna go do none of that. You know he don't be reading like that.
I'm not talking about just him. I'm talking about the pseudo killers. I'm talking about
now you know damn well they ain't finna do nothing because they don't be reading
it. Whoever got a problem with Sean, don't even matter. It could be on the other side, because I done ruffled a whole bunch of feathers. but it's personal to y'all. But see, when I'm attacking somebody else and I'm critiquing their information and their claims and all of that stuff, y'all cheering it on. But when you get under the microscope, you got a problem with it. You can't get mad. Kofi told Unc, you can't get mad. Sean is a byproduct of what you told him. He's exactly like you. How you gonna get mad at him? He doing what you told him to do. Yeah, but he just ain't answering my phone. You damn right, because you done did some old crazy benign shit. But like I said, I have an article here. I got 2 books here. I'm in these books right here. All these books right here. I ain't in this book. But you need to get that. Well, you need to read that book while you're talking about it. I got this book. So I'm there. I'm in Ben's journal. Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Killmonger's Corner. I'm there. Right? I'm Memoirs of Anutu is my blog site. I have articles and stuff up there for critique. I'm there. Bro, I'm doing exactly what the ancestors want me to do. They went through arguing and fighting and trying to hash things out to get our people intellectually in a better place so that they could use that intellect and apply it on a day-to-day basis so that they could see some real results from it, not just be entertained and distracted by the noise because of this. Ad hominem, when people use personal attacks and arguments because you want to personally attack me because you don't find yourself winning the arguments because I'm actually reading the body of work that you're not. While you're reading a journal, one journal from one person against it, not a multitude, you need at least 5 sources. You ain't got 5. You got 1. You got an article arguing against something, and you want to attack me. Or you get mad because I break down a video of better understanding who you are as a person, and you crying. That is personal. As far as Xavier, he's irrelevant. He has issues. He's been having issues because he was the biggest Asar and Wujawu dick rider that there ever was.
Man, that's the crazy part. That was the ironic part right now. It's Facebook post that where he's saying they the best teachers on Facebook or whatever, and now he got all kind of that's crazy. You're right.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the I'm gonna pull it up first. I'm gonna get back to this. I'm gonna get back to this in a minute. Y'all see it come up right there. I think I'm spelled it wrong. There you go. Now I haven't uploaded any information on here in a while because I started writing books and I started getting things that I was writing published. And shout out to everybody who rocked with me on that tip because that was a really big deal. But this is where I started. So a lot of this stuff is rough. And as you can see, you know, I would share Kofi stuff. I see CK putting work up on her blog site. I talk about that. This is an actual poem that I wrote. And I don't think many people really get into that. So yeah, I know how to write a little poetry. You know what I mean? I was doing that as a kid. That was one of my creative geniuses. I used to love to draw and to write poetry and just write in general. I have really good penmanship. You might say I write like a female, and I'm gonna say you're right. But there's a lot of stuff here. You know what I mean? talking about our struggles and the things like that. Look, an introduction to the American Negro Academy and the development of Black consciousness. There's things like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I got stuff here that's forward thinking. Look, conscious confusion on the place named Kemet. When that whole thing went down, I wrote an article in regard to that. You know what I mean? This was right before I went to New York and went to, after ASCAC. Here's my evidence that I was at ASCAC because they gave me a black folder. They got all of this on the front of it, and I was there during that conference. I was there in Brooklyn, where Asar presented his information. Reggie gave us a pamphlet, and the doctor, I forget his name right now. He stood up there and he gave his little presentation.
Beatty.
Beatty, yeah,
Mario Beatty.
Mm-hmm. See there? Introduction to Traditional African Religion is there. I don't know how Sister Sekhmet doing, but I even wrote something about Sister Sekhmet. Look, the commercialization of African culture and spirituality. This is 2018 stuff. You know, and I wrote these things just giving people ideas. Some of this stuff is deleted because Naya had removed a lot of articles that I had over there on the Voices of Fire. But there she go. I called her the Rebirth of Harriet Tubman, 2017 article. I had to repost this. And if you read that, you know, I pretty much dedicated that to Sister Sekhmet. Still feel the same way about it that I do right here. So I've been doing these things. Like, so if I only got better, bro. This was this was the ground for me. And then I got better. I just kept getting better, kept getting better, kept getting better. Like, look at this. Written in 2016. What is this talking about? Restoring eldership and its role in the African community. It's 2022. So look at this. Understanding the difference between writing scripts and language. Huh? Some old homework. Old homework. Sources in there too. Come on now. Reconstructing the ideas of a Black nation. I need to rewrite this. I probably need to get back in here and do some work on this. But this 2016 stuff was really rough writing. The benefits of listen. Come on, man. Look at this article. October 23rd, 2016. Look what it's talking about. The benefits of research methodology, no pseudos allowed. So in 2016, I'm talking about killing pseudos. This is my listen, this is
so
a period of my.
You telling me you wouldn't, you handled your pseudoism way back in 2016?
Way back in 2016, bro.
Oh man. Boys got to get it together, man. They got to step it up. This boy was already sharp. 2016. I was pseudo shit.
And if you got my book from Cocaine to Consciousness, this is in here. This whole the benefits of research methodology. I talked about that because I talked about my whole I summarized my street life into sections, and then I talked about my transition from the streets to car dealership to dealing with the conscious level. So now you see, you can put a date on it. Now you see, and I said one of the very first articles that I wrote was about the benefits of research methodology, no pseudos allowed. If a rock fell from a sky and landed into a puddle of water, what would happen? Would it splash? Would it sink into a puddle with no reaction? Would it absorb all the water and swell up? Or would it bounce back out of the water and return to the sky? The reason that I asked this question is simply because of late, the so-called conscious community has been invaded by people who would take the belief of something and distribute it out to the world as if they have witnessed the results of the experiment. If we let them tell it as they seem to be doing as of late. The rock returned back into the sky from which it came, without any reaction from where it landed into a puddle of water. Clearly, one could determine that we as a people either do not understand what the scientific method is, nor do we know how to apply it while thinking critically. I was on that in 2016. So when some people come into the community and they're telling me, man, I was a Muslim a year ago. Man, I might be saying some outlandish stuff. Man, I'm still trying to work out my pseudoisms. Look at where you are now. I ain't saying you was as fortunate as I was. I am basically just ironing out how I came in the game. What I was on then. And to actually add to that, when you got another brother nobody heard of, who Concrete, he build bridges and all of that, he's in that field, he's about that life right there. He does hard work. He's really an architectural concrete guy, if you want to say it. He really about his business, wife a nurse, and he got family. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Like, I don't shun none of that. But when he says he's trying to disabuse people from their pseudoisms, I was doing that back in 2016 when I was walking through the doors. So if you're gonna disabuse, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that being said. So if that was the case, if I'm in the situation, it's like now I would take heed to, you know what I'm saying, the things the advice that you may have based on what you just stated right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So clearly right here, I'm already trying to fight that fight back in 2016, getting people on track. That ain't it. I got that right there. This was the other article that I wrote before that one. Warning shots, the battle of scholarship over what? Hollership. Who on a flyer? Young Pseudo, SETI, Asar, and Unk. That ain't even it. I got one before that. I got one specifically about who? A tale of two SETIs, the character flaws of a self-proclaimed general. Born son of Ramses I of the 19th dynasty, king and pharaoh who served between 1290 1279 BC. He was a great leader with a great mind whose reign in ancient Kemet was overlooked because his name wasn't written in the Shinu or cartouche like previous kings. But according to an author, Armana, instead written with it was called a sacred knot, similar to Isis with the sign of a tit or a set. We called it tit. His birth name was Seti Mary in Ptah, meaning he of the god Seth, beloved of Ptah. To the Greeks, he was Sethos the first, and his throne name was Min Ma'at Ra, meaning eternal is the justice of Ra. He ruled Egypt for 13 years, though some Egyptologists differ on this matter, giving him a reign between 15 and 20 years, from 1279 through 1278 BC. I then introduce you to SETI, the conscious community. I walk you all the way through who SETI the first is, and then I take you to SETI, the conscious community guy. Two different dudes. Like I really was doing this, y'all, when I was coming into the community. Like for real. I ain't playing. Look at that. Black power, a war cry, or an empowering call. Some of this stuff that I wrote about in 2016 is relevant today, and a lot of these need to be rehashed, upgraded, and rewritten. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Look who I got on there. The importance of being African-centered. Amos Wilson. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like I literally was doing this since 2016. So I'm not just like telling people like, hey, y'all need to do this or do that because I want to tell them to do that. I'm saying that because I came in the game like that. I benefited from getting from understanding proper research methodology and the whole 9 yards. Like, I don't know what's up with people. I was watching Sonnet in 2015. My whole thing is this though. Everything that I've done and said all the way up until this point has been about the information. So guess what? If a motherfucker don't like me, guess why they don't like me? Over some information. Over some information. Yeah, boom. There's a lot of articles on the website, but I had stopped writing it. I haven't even been writing in those things for a while, but that's not even it. If I go to Black Panther website, I got some articles on Black Panthers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull that up. Let me go back to the Mossy and let me go directly to Panthers. He's got this thing that links all the sites. If you go on the Mossy, it's at the top. And I'm gonna show y'all how to get there. So in case y'all want to really like deal with a lot of the Mossy stuff and business and stuff like that we got going on, I'm gonna show y'all how to do that. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna X out, put it on the screen. Oh, wrong thing. All right, so I'm going to the site. Here's the site, our YouTube page. If you click up here, if you click right here, it'll take you here to Black Panther series. This gonna get you to everything: the TikTok, the articles where Panthers in, the volumes to the books, our YouTube pages. It's gonna get you to everything, right? All of that stuff. Now, what we're looking for is Panthers website. You go over here to Panthers website, and then it's gonna take you. It's a little error here, but it's still there. Articles. You click on articles. You'll find me, Panther, Mike. You'll find everybody over here. Kofi. I gotta click on one. And then I gotta do like this. See what I'm saying? Like we got like it's writings over here too. You see Kofi article, his raw document. It's supposed to be a book that he just set to the side. Another Kofi article. Me. You know what I'm saying? Like we really we really
Putting that work in.
Man, come on, man.
That's what y'all doing, man. That's what I see. I see that work being put in right there. No talking shit right there. That's all I'm saying.
Look at that. Without a spear, you have no soul. Now, this ain't on my blog site. But this is in the middle of the time that conversation that Xavier was talking about. This is when I wrote this, right? And you heard Ben kind of clear it up. And look who one of my sources is. Who name is that?
That's that boy Bobby Baltimore right there.
But I deal with that. By the spirit, you have no soul. And we dropped this. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been like really, really writing, like really doing. So my whole thing is that, man, You do whatever you want to do. Okay, cool. Got you. I'm not telling you how to run your channel. I'm not telling you how to do whatever it is that you wanted to do. I'm showing you how I came in the game and what I did. I'm showing you why people mad at me. I'm showing you why people making these fallacious threats. I'm showing y'all why people mad. That's why they mad. They mad because I critique their information, their methodology, and how they argue like silly fools up and down on their stuff. And because I'm not entertaining everybody, it's a problem. I'm boring. I'm a joke. I'm a bitch. I'm gonna get popped on. I'm a hater. I'm clout chasing. Don't nobody want to, that's why don't nobody mess with Sean. But if I go show you how many people actually bought my SARS book, you'll be surprised. Talking about, I don't know why you spent the whole year writing a book anyway. I don't even know why you wasted all that time. So I did all that.
He's a hater, bro. He's a hater. He ain't
Why
trying
would
to
you
write
say
nothing.
that? Why would you say that though? Somebody spent.
He
I
a
don't know
hater.
why none of y'all do it. He expanded it. He said all of us. I don't know why none of y'all do that. It's just a waste of time.
Yeah, nobody
You
wants
know
to hear
why?
that.
They ain't intellectual enough to read.
I learned that from him personally,
He said,
directly.
yeah, but he
He told me
also said,
directly he is a generalist. He said that verbatim. He could come up on it. I'll tell you, he said it himself. He said he a verbalist. He not. I challenged him on that shit. Said on Facebook, say, man, why you just don't, you know what I'm saying, hop up in there and do some of the scholarship and actually be able to, instead of having to go back and try to get this person to check this out, and nigga, you can do it yourself. I'm a generalist. I really don't care. Well, if you don't care, then shut the fuck up. Man. Why are you worried about what we doing? This is what we do. We put out information, whether you want it or not. It's out. It's gonna be solid.
this is probably the only video that I've actually responded to him. This is actually when he says that, why do we add him on the panel and things of that nature? I'm finna tell y'all why. Okay, so he disrespects CK, cusses her out, calls her bitch, talks about her, belittles her, all of that. Never apologized to CK, not once. Sheffer makes it okay to bring the dude back on the panel. I get off. I don't even want to be associated with someone who did what they just did to CK, and then nobody think that it's cool. So he comes on our channel, on this channel, and he wants to join the panel. Kofi is so receptive of letting everybody come on the panel, even Unc at times when he don't need to let Unc on. He's so receptive to it that he lets him on. No, Sean, let's let him on. Listen to me. I don't want the dude feeling comfortable around me. Do y'all understand me? He disrespected CK. I took that personal. I took it personal. Therefore, nigga, you ain't safe around me. You disrespected CK. So I don't know how these dudes, who's supposed to be a protector of women and children, I don't know how they get away with allowing themselves to come to that. I'm not built like that.
I thought that was true. I say I ain't subscribed, but I see it popped up on my algorithm, and I seen that boy on the feed. Oh, wow, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's they just completely ignore.
But he wanted to come on the panel and talk, and I'm like, no, we don't need to hear nothing from him because he He don't do this. We do this. He don't do this. He's not a part of the conversation. He trying to include himself into it. Just like the Nzinga conversation and him telling me that I'm wrong about Africans in slavery. You don't even know my position, buddy. You bumping your gums. I did all the homework in 2017, 2018. I mean, late 2016, 2017, and 2018 on the slave stuff. I can go back and show everybody that.
They wasn't watching though. They wasn't listening when you was doing the videos with the music. You know what I'm saying, and reading at the same time. They wasn't paying attention. They didn't hit the like button on the video. That's probably
My
why.
thing
That's why they
is
ain't know.
because I ain't entertaining enough. I didn't want him around us and him thinking that it's okay to come around us after he disrespected CK. Remember, she part of the circle. If she part of the circle, just like Dr. Ma'at, if they are part of the circle, if they get disrespected, ain't no way I'm supporting whoever disrespected them. So when Sonetta did that move, because Sonetta disrespected CK too, I did the
Yeah, he
same
did it
thing in
first.
Garfield chat. I did the
Yep.
same thing in Garfield chat. I was arguing with Sonetta in Garfield chat. That day he came in there, he disrespected CK, and I let him have it in that chat.
I unsubscribed from Sonetta that day right there. That was foul, kid. He tripped out. He got super emotional behind some super dry shit.
So
I
why
was
the
like, yeah.
hell am I gonna make it okay for him to be around after he did that and he never apologized? Ever. Still ain't heard that he apologized. So why is it that y'all gonna align y'allself with a dude who disrespected a member of your team? This what I don't get. A member of your team and then say it's okay because y'all agree on the Egypt situation and all y'all wrong. Y'all look like arguing fools with no methodology because y'all don't do that. That's not what y'all do. And you sit here and she is uncomfortable with this dude being around and being allowed on the panel and aligning themselves with y'all. And y'all don't even give two shits about how she feels as a female.
That's not cool. Not at all. You know what I'm saying?
So look, man, let me put this back on the screen because I don't want to lose the moment here. And I know a lot of people heard me kind of ramble off and kind of deal with certain things that were said about me. But it's always been about the information with me. If it's gotten personal, the only time it's gotten personal with me is when he disrespected CK. And that's really when, other than that, I just wasn't messing with him because he was just lying and doing all this other stuff on social media. So I just distanced myself. But it had nothing to do with no information. I just distanced myself because you was lying about shit. You was making up stuff and going on tangents and all that. And then because Xavier, when I corrected you about you tried to call Amos Wilson gay, and I was like, dude ain't gay. You was apologizing on that. Every
I
time you
remember
was
that,
wrong,
bro. That was crazy.
look, every time you've been proven wrong, you used to apologize and retract it, and you would make videos and do that. You ain't been doing that when you've been corrected. You stopped doing that.
He call you brainwashed now. He said we all naive and we brainwashed and we don't know anything. We've been tricked. All kind of shit he say every goddamn time.
But ladies and gentlemen, do not get distracted by the personal attacks against me. The facts still remain. If they don't want to deal with the information, then they're going to make it personal. They ain't going to do nothing but throw ad hominem attacks my way. If you don't know what an ad hominem attack, CK got a video on that. Oh, wait, Corey deleted it. Or did he put it back? Nope, he deleted it because he was hating on CK. Oh, did I say that? I think I did. My bad.
I think she got a new video up though. She got the new one with the opponent, huh? I think it's in there.
But an ad hominem argument is a personal attack against the source of an argument rather than against the argument itself. So when I tell these people that y'all just dumb because you don't want to utilize the proper tools to come to an honest conclusion based on evidence, because you would rather get personal. I ain't got no personal videos attacking anybody. All my stuff is about information. All my articles is about information, educating, forward thinking, forward movement. Fallacious and reasonable ad hominem arguments. In everyday language, the term ad hominem argument is primarily used to refer to fallacious personal attack against the source of an argument that is unsound from a logical perspective. This type of argument can be fallacious for a number of reasons, including, most notably, by the following. The ad hominem attack is irrelevant to the discussion. So when you listen to somebody like Xavier and he's calling me a bitch and talking about he gonna hit me in the mouth and don't nobody like me, I'm boring, I'm a dick, I'm an asshole, I'm all these things. And then he tried to say I was wrong about two or three things he said in his little video with no proof. I'm all of these things, and he says you arguing with everybody. That's what I'm supposed to do. I ain't supposed to agree with nobody. The only time that I'm supposed to agree with somebody is when the evidence substantiates the position taken. Now I'm in agreements. I learn in those moments. If I was wrong about something, I learn from those moments. I was arguing with Wujawu for months in the Seshu back chat that don't nobody know about because it never made it out public in the back chat about this whole identity thing and race and black and all of that. We had that argument going back and forth on that. How to identify, how not to identify. We did all of that. We had two different positions. But how is it I could talk to him? I ain't no problem with him. We ain't attacking each other personally or none of that. So like I said, people don't want to deal with my information. They want to skip past that. Listen to me very closely. Chavis spent like literally 2 days, but I'm gonna say this. Chavis spent like 6 to 8 hours going back and forth with a person who told him that he didn't want to watch the video that Chavis posted in a group. The video cleared up the claim and was specific and gave out additional information that could help further the discussion, so that somebody like Unc wouldn't go make an ass out of himself when he runs on this whole Dogon thing. Am I lying, Chavis, or am I?
No, you may be exaggerating the amount of hours, but you know what I'm saying? Yes, as far as the main idea, you was accurate. That's all they had to do was just click the video. You know, but they be like, no, I'm not gonna watch the whole video, so I don't know. The whole point before you know what I'm saying, draw a conclusion is to usually, you know what I'm saying, not have a preconceived notion and actually do some type of literature review or video review before you just jump out the window. And you don't remember we had that thing about, you know what I'm saying, you helped everybody identify the claim, you know what I'm saying? So everybody got their certificate except for him, you know what I'm saying? Because he probably didn't watch that either, you know what I'm saying? But you accurate.
But that's the distraction, ladies and gentlemen. The distraction. That's why I said I'm ignoring the noise, because I knew what they was doing. They was trying to make it personal. And you can't find one video where I was disrespecting you, calling you bitches, talking about fine on you, talking about your kids, your wife, your anything. Only one person can get mad at me for talking about them, and that is Xavier. because he continues to have crackhead behavior. And I said that in the chats. And I wouldn't allow him around us when he wanted to come on and have conversations with us. I didn't want to create a safe space for him. This isn't the pseudo killers. You're not going to disrespect somebody on our team and then go come around and we think that it's okay and we let that shit go. We don't rock like that. We are a brotherhood. We supposed to have each other back. You heard Ben earlier when he came on about the Mossy. What did he say? You got a problem with Sean, you got a problem with me. You got a problem with any member in the Mossy, you got a problem with me. But that's how we rock. We rock under that same banter, whether it's the Mossy Warrior Clan or Kofi Pi-Sci Research Team. That's how we mob. We ain't with the foolishness, but if it's going to be some foolishness, we're going to be ready to ride. That's just a fact. Now, let's keep this about the information. Hopefully,
for real.
Hopefully, after today, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, after today, people, because guess what?
I know right now.
We ain't the only one with it.
Mm-hmm. But right now, he on the list, so he got to be careful out here right now. You know what I'm saying? Because he got some fades he got to run. He got fade he got to run before he can even get to you. Man. You got to take care of that. He from the land, so you know how the fades go. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just let that go. Got to handle that fade before you just get to do it.
So I want to throw this out there to people. What is distractions and why is it harmful? So let's start with the definition of distraction. Distraction is the process of interrupting attention and a stimulus or a task that draws attention away from the task of the primary interest. In other words, distractions draw us away from what we want to do, whether it's to accomplish a task at home or work, enjoy time with a loved one, or do something for ourselves. If distractions becomes a habit, we are unable to sustain the focus required for creativity in our professional and personal lives. Worse, if we are constantly pulled away from friends and family by distractions, we miss out on cultivating the relationships we need for our psychological well-being. In short, a distraction is any action that pulls us away from what we really want to do. So if you come to the Mossy Warrior Clan channel and the Kofi Pi-Sci Research channel and the Science with Sean channel to learn, eliminate the distractions. Do you recognize? Go ahead.
No, I was about to ask about that poll you had. The poll was 100%.
It was 97%. 3 people came to not learn. Well, 3% of the people that voted came to not learn. 97% of the people came to learn.
It's interesting.
Do you recognize any of these unhealthy distractions? Looking at notifications that pop up on your phone even during conversations with family, friends, or colleagues, interrupting focus work to check email, chatting with coworkers who pop up at your desk when you intended to do focus work, scrolling through your social media feeds when you plan to read a book, stuff like that. So really, me doing this video was a distraction, just to be honest, because I was doing something else. I was watching a TV series and minding my business. The only reason that I felt the need to even go here today and deal with this for 2 hours is because I was like, oh, here, you know, I'll blow the next 2 hours having fun with this. But I wanted to use it to prove my point. So what is my ultimate point? My ultimate point is this. Although I allowed you to distract me, it also gave me an opportunity to be honest and show people that I've always been consistent. No matter who it is or what it is, I've been consistent. I've did my work. I've read my books. I've written my books. I've written my articles. I did everything that has been asked of me, if asked of me, out of my free will and labor to make sure that we did what we needed to do to advance the next generation forward. Whether you like my approach or not, I did what I had to do for the better sake of our people. Your personal hatred towards me and dislikes toward me are your own. You still ain't dealt with my information. You still ain't read no books of mine, no articles of mine, or challenged any of my information. So if it's personal and it's about views, likes, clout chasing, and hatred, then you just basically created a distraction to get away from the real point of the fact that you really don't want to deal with this work. And I don't know if they're still alive or if anyone's still alive, but I don't want to I don't want to waste anybody else's time with pretty much foolishness, and they're still alive. With foolishness. You could be learning from somewhere else or anything like that, and it could be what it could be. But also, I do want to say this though. Kent has said this in a comment. Why Sean want to go over on his channel and talk about it, and he ain't gonna get no views instead of coming on and us asking questions about it? Because that's not a conversation. Why would I come on a platform with people who don't read books or read subject matters and deal with them to understand it where we can have a conversation about it? Why would I expose myself to that? Why would I not wait until y'all actually edified yourselves and reading some of this material that we talking about, and then we can have a conversation about it? Because now it doesn't look like you antagonizing me. It looked like us dealing specifically with the source information and us going through it and extracting what you got out of it and what I got out of it, and then what the book actually is saying, and then we can hash that out. That's a conversation. That ain't what y'all want to do. Y'all want me to come over there and argue with y'all for 4 hours about did the Dogon see Sirius B? That ain't even their damn claim. And that's a problem that I actually have. So look, I know some people love entertainment, got to get some hee-hees and ha-has out of it, and some of those moments like that. And I want to give y'all back those moments. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody that was rolling tough with us through this last little 2 hours of shits and giggles and information. But it actually got me a chance to show y'all my body of work, and that wasn't even all of the work. But it gave me an opportunity to show everybody that actually tuned in that I have stayed on course with the subject matter, and I haven't made it personal. So while they called me a hater, it's cool. I'll be a hater. Call me a dick, I'll be a dick. Call me an ass, I'll be an ass. It's fine. The African Cultural Astronomy book is a good book. Didn't we make that available for people to actually get, Chavis?
No, because I don't even got the. I had downloaded the sample off Kindle. I ain't had a. You got the real one. I'm trying to get that joint off you.
Oh, well, why you ain't say that?
Shit, I ain't know what y'all had. I ain't know. I know. Ben said he had it. I didn't know we had access to. I know y'all. You was reading it from somewhere. I didn't know what you was reading it off of.
No, I got the book. Okay,
yeah,
so look, anyone interested in hold up. Hold on, I gotta get the link from the email.
I say send mine to my email.
No. I gotta go in the Masa email and get it. So hold on. Because the book so expensive.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I need that because I got the sample. I guess you get it. only so much. You know what I'm saying? That
Uh-huh.
y'all boy got the real thing. We need that on deck. I need it at least in my group of five.
Okay, so look, anybody that actually want the African cultural book, put your emails in the chat. You know you can't put the spaces and all of that stuff. Put your email in the chat, and I'm gonna send an email right now. I'm creating a file for the email right now to send a book.
Say man, y'all better hop on that book, man. That book ain't cheap, man. Y'all
You know
better get that free.
you can't type your whole email out, so just put the first part of it. I said everybody I got the book from you. Didn't I say I got the book from Ben? It's in our email.
I'm about to what I'm about to say. 'Cause I
Ben,
said that's what I said. He said he
Ben
had
hunted
it.
the book down. Ben, look, I posted the book. Ben went looking for the book, found it, and he emailed it.
I seen he had page numbers. I was like, nah, he got something
Yeah.
going on. He got the whole page numbers. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
Boys gonna give you the page number unless they going in the book.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So that's why we try to direct people to that so they can get it. So Ron, what is it, at Gmail or what? Let me move my email.
Man, everybody should be putting their emails in and getting their free work. So that's telling. Can you
Ron,
please
is that
go in
at
there and
Gmail or
go pull up how much that book costs so they can see why they need to go ahead and hop on
he
that,
said
man.
it's at Gmail?
He said yes.
All right, Teddy, I need your email. Yeah, we ain't pay nothing. That book
See?
expensive as hell.
Show the people how much that book costs, but why they high side. While you high siding on that book, you need to get that in your library, man, at least so you can cap. You know what I'm saying? Like you really, really purchasing expensive books. So yeah, that's Gmail.
Let me go to what, Amazon. Man, I wanted to break my fast, man. I still might do it.
Man, I don't know how you do that. That boy is consistent with the fasting. I got to eat. I don't
Yeah,
know. I
every
don't
Friday.
understand that.
Every Friday. To rent the book is $58.
Yeah, that's what I seen on Kindle. He says 212. That what Glenn said.
Yeah.
$212.
Let's see if it went up,
Yeah.
man. The hardcover is
Uh,
$212 to $214. You can buy it.
paper. Come on, man. He almost
Look,
250 out here,
that's
man.
the hardcover. Paperback. Used is $212.
Come on, man. You
$250
don't want
brand new.
this free knowledge, man. Free knowledge, this boy kicking out here, and I see only a few emails. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. Y'all better try to get that, man. I'm getting that. For sure, for sure. You know, we got to do better than the Poe Man Wikipedia scholarship. Got to actually crack open some books and read these textbooks and whatnot. Scholarship, this real scholarship.
Hey, Zane.
He says you going to the chicken joint.
Zane. Is that your email? I ain't going to no damn chicken.
That
Zane, I don't think that's your
boy,
email.
let's see, ain't mean to put that period right there. Zuber 2507. Boy, Arande say check your messenger.
I got your Rondé. Y'all better thank Ben though.
For real, appreciate that, Ben. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't trying to spend that. I was trying to find a way.
Zion, you sure that's right?
He ain't said nothing back here.
I'm gonna trust him. And his email, not mine. That's his Uber Eats Gmail work.
He said, yeah. He said, that's right.
Okay. Teddy, what's your email, bro? You asked about the book.
Everything say Crystal Punch the best thing for fasting. What is Crystal Punch?
I don't know. Water. Teddy, I just messaged you on Facebook.
That boy said, yeah, day before Uber came out. Oh, he said it's water. Everything. You fooled me. I thought you had something special.
Man, just have an email to Mossy email.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
all
right.
Onesies and twosies. Man, just mossy@gmail.com, man. Email us, we'll email you.
Yeah, you're right.
To put it in the chat now, man. Goodness.
Yeah. If you want the book, you email to Mossy.
I can't watch raggedy shit, man. What's your email? It's yours. What's yours?
Hey, chill out.
Is that right? Is that right?
Is that? Did you mean to put the period? Is it at Yahoo or at Gmail? Or you got an AOL?
Oh man, what you got to
Hey, come on, man. Just email it. Just email the joint. And we'll email it back to you, man. I'll put it in there for you, man.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure you get it.
But
yeah, I mean, it's a good book for everybody to actually. It's a good source.
Absolutely, I mean, on multiple things, not just not just Dogon.
Right.
They cover a lot of multiple topics. You know, whole lot of multiple topics, man. Even if you just want to know more about cultural astronomy, the field, because that's widely talked about. So they got research lessons in here. They got the 2006 Ghana Eclipse Conference information on here. They got geographical background of Africa information. They got a whole bunch of stuff. An approach to teaching eclipses. They got a bunch of stuff in here, man. Before they even get to the African stuff, then they got Nabta Playa and Islamic sites in Tunisia, Timbuktu astronomy projects. We just gave y'all the Dogon one. They got Igbo stuff in here. Other parts of Nigeria. Astronomers and astrophysicists of Black African descent. Whole chapter on that.
Yeah, we need that there, man. That's just stuff to add to the bag.
Oh, Sister CK done already hit us up.
Oh yeah. She want that book.
Are we giving books to pseudo killers?
I don't even think she'll.
I'm messing.
CK is the exception up there. You know what I'm saying?
Look at. Hey, yeah, Lee. Hey, man, that's Chavis kids. That's his loud ass kids. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's like 6 of them in there.
Nah, it's only 4. No, yeah, you go exaggerating, nigga. And they don't care about me being on live. They don't care.
My bad. 5. My bad.
Right.
Is it 5 instead of 6?
Mm-hmm.
I got 4. Just 4.
Okay, 4. Ooh, we were so off.
Yeah, he said.
I got 3 boys and 1 girl.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. But it's on the way, Teddy. It's
Ron hit us up. I just sent it off to CKA and Ron.
okay.
See how easy this is, Sean? See how easy this is?
Yeah, I see it. I mean, you sent it. I sent it too. So if Ron asked you for, if he emailed the Masit, yeah, he got it twice.
He said he wasn't gonna wait. I'm gonna make sure I get it.
Yeah. So hold up. What's this? Can I send a message to using this server? What? Rondé, your email backwards, bro.
No, I got Orondes.
All right, cool.
My boy, Brother Branch.
Yeah, and don't forget the other book that's on the Mossy that I put in the description of the video of the presentation that I did today about the first millionaire in Tennessee. There's a free PDF download book for that as well. It's called "Let Us Put Our Money Together." And it talks about black banks. So get that.
That's black banks just in Memphis or just in general?
It's talking about black banks, not one bank in specific referring to my presentation, but just overall banking, the business of banking during that time. It's a good
Which
history
time
lesson.
period does it cover?
It's going to cover prior to Reconstruction and then after the emancipation. So we'll get up until
good time frame.
The book was written, to be honest, the book was written in 1936.
So that's a good source, man. That's a good source.
It's dealing with that. It's dealing with that time frame after all that turmoil. So it's pretty. You'll learn some stuff about us. You know, we I hear them emails going out. We, as far as a people, we've been duped by banking for quite some time, and our trust in banking is similar to our trust in science. Yeah. I mean, the way that we treat not all of us who are, more savvy to it, but the general black person in America, the way that we look down at science, the majority of the people look down at science that we communicate with is the same way a lot of people did that with banking. Absolutely. Especially if it was institutions that were black owned.
Now that's the kicker, because when I grew up, there was a distrust of banking, but it was a distrust because it was a white institution.
Man, they trusted the white institution more than the black institution.
I mean, damn.
That's what made reading The Negro as a Capitalist important for me, because I needed to extract more information regarding the ideology of the Negro walking into that mindset.
Hey, one thing I just noticed about this African cultural astronomy book?
What's that?
It's a lot of contributors from Africa in this book. There's a lot of brothers from Mali, South Africa, Nigeria. There's a lot of brothers from Mali in this joint, because they got my my father's middle name, because that region carries it as Mamadou, because they're trying to say Muhammad, but they say it in their native language, Mamadou, and I'm seeing that name a lot in the contributors from a place called University da Bamako, Mali. It's a lot of people from there that contributed to this work. Then you got University of Nigeria, University of Cape Town, South Africa. This is some serious work, man.
Yeah, this is the book that I left everybody on the Mossy in that presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not a lot. It's only 152 pages. It's not a lot of material, and some of this stuff you'll get through real easily, but it's some good information here. Strong information here. Goes well with the book that I got, The Negro as a Capitalist. And that's solid. I wanted to throw this up there though for everybody that's getting their books. There you go. It's what you're getting. Astrophysics and Space Science Proceedings. The Dogon, the Zulu, and a lot of other people show up in this book with astrophysics and astronomers.
They got the whole I think it's page 4. If you look at page 4, they got beginning articles in African cultural astronomy, and they name the ethnic groups. There's a lot of ethnic groups there. That just show you how serious his work is. One more. There you go. Table 1. Look at all them ethnic groups, man. Look at them join.
They even talk about the Dogon right there.
Yep.
Man, Sean, send that to me. You ain't sent it. I'm looking at my email, man. I ain't
Yeah, man, I did send it, bro. It's coming, bro.
No, man, I ain't sent it. I'm looking, man. I just looked just now.
All right. I sent the book, bro. You better check spam or something.
No, you better send them your send that email to them. No, they're about to miss out. She just hopped in.
Yeah,
scroll up, no. Scroll up and email.
Email to Mossy and we'll send a book.
MossyWarriorClan@gmail.com.
Look, Nunu said she got to get the book, right? So all right, Nunu. Because we know you got the money because you got the virology textbooks like me and Unc.
Go ahead. Go hit that 247.
No, not tripping, man. No, got that bank, man. You know what I'm talking about? She could, but you know what I'm saying? She gonna go ahead and holler at y'all though.
Buy now.
Don't drop that $250 for that book.
Oh my God.
Yeah, get that book. James, you got your book. Zay, you get your book.
She said, nah. Nah, player.
Chavis, you get the book, bro.
A little too rich for my blood.
Well, give it a minute, because you know your internet slows.
Man, they talking about all the universities that took place in this. The institutes. I ain't never heard of this institute, the Edward Bouchet Abdus Salam Institute.
It's $212 used.
It's work, boy. They talking about NASA was involved in this joint.
Well, you can get a free copy.
This is a university level.
A textbook. Yeah, that's a textbook. Yeah. Sean, you sending it from your email? Huh?
Yeah. Do you get it from there? Hold on.
Chavis, you might need to email to Mossy.
I'm in the Mossy right now.
I was about to say, I was just about to go ahead and just email because Sean is, I don't know what's going on. I got to ask this man 1,000 times just to get the shit to me.
Chavis. What's your email again?
CMac52 at Gmail.
Who?
CMac52.
MACK?
Man, you know better than that, man. Come on with that, man. You know, I already know. We don't do all that trip.
CMac52 at Gmail.
Yeah.
Who else? She said she sent her email now.
All right.
Chavis, your email is sent, bro. It might come through that twice.
And they had this
I might be so.
Syrian professor teaching cultural anthropology methods at the conference that they had in Ghana about this topic.
I don't know. I should just slow.
They had a whole internship for this joint. Ghana internship class.
Zion, what was your email again? Z dot Uber. What was it? Z dot Uber 2057 or something. Just email the Monster Warrior Clan email.
I'm about to email them too, man. I don't know. I don't trust Sean, man.
I already
I'm
sent
still
it.
waiting. I don't trust you, man. I don't know,
Check
man.
your spam, man.
I got.
I emailed you the book, man. You got the book, bro.
We're probably gonna come late. Cause every time you send me something, we take it forever. I don't know. Cause this show ain't popped up. I'm steady hitting the refresh.
Man.
Set you on. Set you just went live. Open discussion. She's saying just like mine.
Man, that's some serious work, boy.
Man, Zion, email us, bro, cause you I sent it. Somebody talking about uppercase M. I'm in the Mazda email. I don't see. I got one email.
Bro, they produce DVDs off of this conference, bro. One was produced by Morehouse, another by CNN. They making movies off of this conference.
Mm-hmm.
They analyzing calendars. I ain't even seen a Mercy calendar before.
Yeah, but look at we doing all these shortcuts. You know what I'm saying? Like we doing all these shortcuts. Like what? Why we ain't paying attention to the work?
That on page 13.
He said he got it. So he got his, and you telling me you ain't got yours?
No, I'm finna send Gmail, man. I'm finna send my voice,
No.
We sent
you the book. Look, because I just sent the book. I just sent the book to Zane. Zane got his book.
You got that Spectrum internet,
Man,
Kev? You got that thing Kev on stage be advertising?
I got the free infinity. It's whatever that is, free, whatever. For them kids. That's what I got.
See, exactly. He got Internet Essentials, Comcast Internet Essentials.
Yes, he know exactly what I got.
Being cheap, and he got the internet ain't number 25 megabytes per second. So it'll be
that's why. That was a look, man.
Email MossyWarriorClan@gmail.com. Chavis Wi-Fi whack. That's why he be outside in the car. Okay. We just got an email.
You got that, or you want me to do it?
I got it.
Mr. Amar Barry.
It is easier this way, I ain't gonna lie.
Very much so. Look at all this stuff that they studied for cultural expression, for categories into African cultural astronomy. Archaeoastronomy alignments, architecture, astrology divination, astrology and healing, calendars and timekeeping, celestial and cosmic art, celestial and cosmic names, celestial navigation, dating by celestial bodies, divine kings and cosmic kings, folklore, myths and legends, writing, signs, and symbols.
We can do a study group on this.
They did a whole deep dive into everything they could find.
We can do a study group on this.
They even, oh man. The Naked Eye Astronomy for Cultural Astronomers Lessons.
Oh man, they got that up in there. I thought you couldn't see things. I thought you needed a telescope, man. Somebody said something about that.
Listen, no, hold up. I want to make this clear. Listen to me, y'all. I got to make this clear. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
All right. The ancient alien visitor theory, unscholarly as it is, has probably caused the preeminence of the two cultures in popular consciousness, yet also has caused the vast diversity of African cultural astronomy knowledge to be overlooked. Now, why did they say this? You go back to how it starts. The most well-known cultures that come to mind when African astronomy is mentioned are the Dogon of Mali and the ancient Egyptians. The Dogon rose to prominence due to their work with French anthropologist Marcel Grill. Using participated observation and interviews, Grill uncovered evidence that people in the Dogon village where he worked had knowledge of an invisible companion, star the theories before astronomers. Grill's work has been the basis of many other scholars' explorations into the Dogon and their star lore, including the ancient alien visitor theorist. The Egyptians have many works on the representation of celestial bodies and celestial gods. Their pyramids have been the subject of archaeoastronomy study with the alignment of the celestial bodies in mind. And again, some authors had invoked ancient alien visitors. This here is when I'm trying to tell people that when you're dealing with the claims of what people are saying, this book is going to tell you specifically what the Dogon know, what the Egyptian know, and then you deal with that.
People ain't got time for all that, Sean. They got kids, they got a job.
Then you gotta be quiet. It's too easy.
You gotta be quiet. That's what I say.
I ain't never hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and I ain't gonna finna start talking about it either.
Man, I done struck out 90. You can strike me out.
Yeah, people don't know how fast 90.
That joke is coming.
It's coming.
There's heat on that, boy.
If you that early, if you're trying to delay in it,
you got to. It's gonna hurt too.
90 had you looking like, where'd he go throw it?
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't throw it.
You tap it, you gonna wish you didn't. That mother you gonna hurt yourself, boy.
Where that breeze come from? But when he gonna throw the ball?
I'm talking about if he do hit it with that bat, that mother gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, you got him gloves. You got him gloves.
Oh, Ron. The pages that I'm reading, that I just read, what I read is on page. What Ben just said is the page 4, but in the PDF it's going to say 11. So it's the ending paragraph on page 11, going into page 12 of the PDF, which is officially page 4 and 5. But the information that I dropped about the Dogon specifically is going to be on page like 252 to 255 or something like that. 252 to 255 to extract, my bad, not 252. Let me go up. It's 250, 249. You got to read 249, the bottom paragraph, a good example of such astronomy. So 249 of the PDF to 251, or AKA 252, but AKA page number on the book says 254. So the page numbers on the book would be accurate. It would be page number 252 to 254, but the PDF is going to say 249 to 251. So this is, this is a part of the research methods. These are Africans, right? Now, they also tell you that these people took them 3 weeks to get any information out of the Dogon. They tell you that too. 3 weeks.
Man, look, I don't care where you go in Africa, man. If you ain't built no type of relationship with them people gonna tell you where to jump. It's just what it is. You either find one to tell you if you got some money, or you're gonna have to build a relationship the organic way, because Africans is not about talking to strangers like that, especially since what happened in our history, man. It'd be like,
I got you, Yai.
Who is you? What do you want? Why are you here? It's just,
that was a point.
Who was the other dude that came behind Marcel Griot and was saying that he couldn't find his findings?
Van Beek.
Van Beek.
So Van Beek, he said when he went, they said, "Why are you even here? Everything's already wrote about the Dogons." They ain't want to talk to him, man.
See, I learned in that African religion thing, it says that they also were like they're not gonna talk to you. They're not gonna talk to you. They'll lie to you, or they just tell you what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So you won't even really know.
Africans get very matter of fact and vague. It's kind of like if you ask them, "Oh, what's through that door?" Another door. they don't really. It's not in depth at all. Like, you gotta really cultivate that relationship and bring it out of them, man. Like, I mean, even with people that I learned from today, when I first, met them, they wasn't very forthcoming. But now that they see what I'm about and we've cultivated that relationship, now I get to know more. But before, it was very generic, very well. And then, if you go back and say, "I asked you this before, why you didn't tell me?" They were like, "You didn't ask this specifically." You got to be really specific and cultivate that relationship, where they're gonna be like, "Nah, man."
See what they was doing though, they was like, okay, well, they was over there for, I think it said 6 weeks or something. But then when you read just the Wikipedia alone, it say the other dude was there for years. You was comparing years
Listen.
and stuff.
Marcel Griot went over there and they was giving him the same treatment until the Europeans came to Mali and he helped Mali fight a war. And he lost some of his hand in the war.
So he was down. They know that he was down by law.
And he helped them build a dam for the water. He did all of that before they told him anything. That's when they was like, okay, let's get together and figure out what we can tell them and what we can't. Before that, they was like, man, no, who is you? And he developed so much of a clout with him, his daughter started coming. And if you watch the DVD, his daughter got so good in with him, they didn't even consider her a woman. They considered her a man. And in that culture, that means that she get access to all the knowledge, because women could only do certain rituals, but men could do all of the rituals. So they didn't consider her a woman. That's how good she got in. These people learn their language. Like, I get it, man. Two white people, I get it, but they put in serious work to get this information.
Yeah. She responded to Van Beek too. She got an article that responds to it and touches on stuff that he left out, and you know,
because she was
I'm
there.
I'm gonna put a presentation. It's in the cooker.
Man, they not considering that work, bro. This ain't even.
I'm bringing all that up.
Bro, them people went back and forth to Mali for years. So much so that when that dude died, he got a king's funeral.
Mm.
And he wasn't even there when he died. They made like a makeshift coffin casket looking thing and did all of the rituals for him like he was there.
He was initiated. He was really, really down with the
set. For all intents and purposes, he was a Dogon.
People won't understand that though. They won't understand. You got to put it all in that context.
He was the foremost authority.
That's all who has anything written about him, because they can't even Van Beek says, you know what I'm saying, like everything he said was not wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that he took issue with. But I don't know if people read that his whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, I told somebody said something about nah, bro. I know you didn't read the whole thing.
Timeline from when he got initiated is right when he got initiated is when Van Beek stopped agreeing with him.
Right. That's interesting.
Right at that
Very
point. I don't know what he talking about after this date.
You sure don't. You ain't lying. You don't know what he's talking about. Cause you outside. But this is my thing with that is like they trip on the initiation thing, but like I asked Unc himself, like, bro, do you know all the Vice Lord knowledge? Do you know all the GD, Crip? You don't know none. You don't know none of that. It's all the same. They not gonna tell you that stuff because it's a secret. You know what I'm saying? It's their secret information. You're not initiated. They're not giving you that, man. It ain't meant to be done like that. But he didn't want to hear me out when I was trying to tell him that.
If you read The Pale Fox, and then if you watch the documentary, there's a lot of information that they give. And you just got to think, out of all this information, it's still a bunch more that he knows that he couldn't even share with us. That's crazy.
Man, that's wild.
And it died with him and his daughter. We still don't know everything they knew.
Yeah. So that what we gonna do, Sean? You gonna once a week with the book? Is that what it's looking like?
We can create a thumbnail that can actually help. Man, my whole goal is to get people interested in muting the noise and just dealing with information the way we supposed to deal with it.
Did that dude put out that DVD yet, bro? You know the other dude that was gonna put out the African astronomy DVD?
No, that's still being worked on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's another brother working on a DVD.
Yeah, he works for NASA. He's got a dude that's with him that's helping this from that, but both of them astronomers.
You talking about the Cosmic Origins one? Are you talking about?
The other one.
I'm trying to.
You remember on the first presentation that I did where I talked about all this stuff?
I was trying to find that and watch it on TV. I could not find that shit from. They ain't got it on Netflix and nothing. You got to search for that documentary with old boy. I could let you, like you say, it ain't done.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait till he announced that it's done, and that's something you got to buy. It's just so new. I ain't got no problem spending money on that. It's probably gonna be a series too. It's probably gonna be a good series.
I'm checking for that every couple of weeks, trying to see what's going on. That you right. That's gonna be fire. That's gonna be something very informative. It don't get touched on.
I mean, as this book says, it's time to decolonize some of this work because it has been colonized and overlooked and thrown to the side because of racial bias. I don't think it's gonna be a DVD. It'll probably be
I'm
streamed.
about to say that boy said he said I know I don't even got a DVD player no more.
Yeah,
I just go to Netflix.
but I mean,
Netflix
they
or
do make DVDs.
Amazon.
Well, they still
They
do.
do.
Yeah, they still make DVD.
I mean, but you know, the majority of people don't have the players anymore, unless you game and you got a PS5. That's probably
About the
the
only
majority.
way. The only way I see is if you got you an Xbox or something like that.
Yeah, you know,
I don't even see
everybody's streaming.
Yeah, man.
Everybody's streaming except for Chavis because his internet probably don't allow him to stream anything.
Now we stream, but
Ben,
we
you
just
read
take a
the
long time with the emails. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
I don't even know how you on this show.
See,
he can do these
it's
shows.
not as bad as what they say. You know, you can't listen to Sean and his rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Sean
he'll
work
lead
for
you
the
astray.
company,
Man, come
man.
on, man. Exactly.
I would take, hey, he's the foremost authority. He's the Marcel Griot in this conversation. I can't
Man, he
take
just push buttons, man. He just push buttons. He don't know. He don't know all the details, man.
I
He
know what
push.
you're getting.
Hey, I got to go with him. His
I know what
man's
you
work at the company.
They ain't fired him yet, so he feel good.
Nah, they ain't
He
fine.
shot at him.
I ain't got no badge for the company.
Nah, I ain't let me go.
I got to go with him, man. I'm sorry.
But yeah, man, for people that's interested, that's what we can do. I'm gonna make a thumbnail and I'll put it up on the Mossy in the community so people will get it as like a little post. And then I'll put the time and stuff like that on there. And then that'll give people, because I mean everybody just now getting a book. You know, you might have to download it to your laptop or your cell phone or whatever. But this gives us an opportunity to walk through the book. And for those of you who want to get familiar with the people who contributed to the book, there's a long list of people who contributed to the book and where they come from. And then we can understand their field of study and their focus. And then that'll help us be able to answer more questions so we know how they're looking at this work. But overall, you're going to see that when you go back to what we're saying today, and then you go back and you look at the Mossy on our YouTube channel, and you look at those cultural presentations again, you're going to see the emphasis of why we're going in that direction, because it's going to help us, understand that, man, that worldview is everything. That worldview answer things that genetics can't, and you have to take those things into to question, or people who assuming things can't. And we need clarity. We need as much clarity as we can so we can properly hash out our differences, especially when it comes to modern astronomy, astrophysics, and cosmologies versus the ancients. But yeah, this work it's a serious piece of work. And as soon as I threw that up and made that post or whatever, Ben went hunting and came back with it. I was like, yeah, we in the door.
I had to look for that. I said, man, that looks serious.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can poke around. And I said, oh, I done found it.
Look,
it's the whole book too. Oh my God.
Yeah. So what I want to do
MVP for that.
So what I want to do is, if y'all got the book open, if you go to page 8, read that abstract. Read the abstract on page 8. The title of it, the title says, "Chasing the Shadow of the Moon." When you read that, It's gonna give you some information right there or idea. They had cultural astronomy conferences to include workshops and training sessions for non-specialists. You talk about serious about something? That's serious. We talking about working out our pseudoisms on a live stream. These people are like, nah, that's not how you do it. You formulate workshops to educate. Y'all don't see the difference? You don't see the difference between the field of study versus the YouTube chitter chatter? By far. Just let me know we where we at. We handling our business. This wind is hawking outside. Ron asked, did you guys know they are releasing some of the Timbuktu? Yes. They've been talking about they gonna do something like that. Hell, what they ain't destroyed. But read that abstract on PDF page 8, but it's really page 1.
Muslims gonna love that.
Yeah.
It's all about them.
All about them. The romanticism get real.
Man, you start reading that Timbuktu stuff. You like, man, why does everybody jump up and down for this stuff?
Zane, working out your pseudoisms on a live stream is pseudocide.
That it is. Agreed.
Come on, man. But yeah, man, you know, we just as a as students, because everybody don't never really stop being a student. As teachers, as students, we just have to do a better job at trying to iron out what we're trying to get people to obtain, the knowledge that we're trying to get them to obtain and know how to do those things. And the first person that I met that steered me away from the bull junk was Ben. Ben got me away from the bull junk. You know, I asked about some books. Ben was the first person to hit me up ever. The second person was Wujawu. Then it was Yep. It went in that order. So that's why Kofi, you know, he getting his feelings and he says things like, he was already pseudo, and that I had it made because, you know what I mean, I was around a core group of people. I didn't have that. I had to go through that same bull junk that Kofi had to go through.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Right. Well, that's at least what I thought.
If you got knowledge of doing something a better way, it's your responsibility to teach the people coming behind you the better way. So they won't have to go through the same pains and growing pains that you did. They need to go through new growing pains so they can teach the next generation new stuff. We all can't be learning the same lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Big facts.
You know, you hear like people from like a certain period in human history, they'll say, man, we used to have to walk to school in the snow 40 miles. You know, they be exaggerating.
Bread was 15 cents.
Yeah, y'all get to ride buses. And I'm like, man, that's how it's supposed to be. If I'm walking 40 miles to school in 2022, we are going backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody failed. Somebody failed us if that's the case.
Like, come on. Yeah, somebody dropped the ball. Like, so if I let Sean And I let Kofi and I let anybody go through this rough time when I knew I could have made them shorten their time to where they don't go through that process of the pseudoisms or even just books that don't tell the whole story or books that's just having an agenda. If I can shorten that learning curve, why not do it? Because if you know and you don't do it, then you probably a hater. You just some people want people to go through the same stuff they did. So much so that they'll stunt your growth just because. I had to walk 40 miles, so he got to walk 40 miles. Like, come on, man. Like,
so you ain't gonna learn the lesson right unless you walk the 40 miles.
like, nah, man. You can tell me the lesson, and we can get in the car.
Straight like that.
So that's what I was trying to do at that period. I don't even remember the book I told you about, but I know if I see you going down a path that I went through and ain't gonna be no good results at the end, I'm like, hey, that ain't what you. That ain't it.
Yeah, you was like, yeah, brother, you want to get into some serious work, you gotta go over here and do this. Pure said this is one of the 2-hour Wujawa wrap ups. Facts.
MC Iron Law.
Said we giving out free $200 books though. That's the only difference.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You won. Yep, you won. Everybody that came back won. Everybody that stayed won. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all up though. I will put up the thumbnail with a time and stuff like that. And I basically put what we'll walk through. What I'm looking, and as far as a discussion perspective, what I'm gonna be looking for is if anybody got any highlighted moments or something that they wanted to elaborate on, or if you cross-reference something in there that you felt that the need to cross-reference and point out things like that, like, let's have those discussions, and we can learn from that body of knowledge. This is the most up-to-date information that we're going to have fresh off the continent regarding the collective body of people that actually was involved in this project. So it's important that we know that. Like, we don't read about African astronomy or African astronomers and astrophysics because we're caught up in, rightfully so, Neil deGrasse Tyson and just Western astrophysics and astronomers. Like, we don't think everybody else is the equivalent, and we get caught up in that cockiness and thinking that, we got all the sugar and ain't nobody else got the sugar or the sauce, but there's some people teaching a thing or two out there. America ain't the only people that put satellites in the sky and people on the moons.
I'm getting off, man.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, man, that's our call right there. Wujawu Live. Go tune into the session. See what Wujawu over there kicking. And y'all enjoy that, man. Look, but we on our way back to this.